do this. All right, let's go. So who has the first question or point or whatever that you want to talk about? Yes, Cam.
It's a question. It's not regarding business at all, but obviously you're quite big on fitness. You know, you've got a good physique. I was just curious, do you take any supplements? And if so, what supplements do you take? Or is it pure, you know, just do you not take anything?
Yeah, sure. And I know that it says Alana here in the Skype, but it's not your name, right? I have to double check. It's because you're working out a lot.
My bad. Yeah, it's my girlfriend's computer I'm using. Sorry.
Yeah, get you. Because your name is what?
Will.
Will, yes, that's right. Like I have so many names in my head. I apologize, but I know because you posted an update inside of the group this week as well. In fact, you're looking super strong. And how old are you, by the way?
I'm only 20, so
yeah,
I started working out in 2020.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so if you want to like mention anything regarding this as well, you're welcome to. But basically, what I do is that I just work with the Geo, and I've just got my diet dialed in. So I'm tracking my calories. That's basically the biggest thing, and then the sleep is huge. And then in terms of supplements, I take some creatine, I take some magnesium, I take multivitamin, some zinc, some vitamin D, just basic stuff essentially.
Right, because I've been using creatine for a while, but I've got some extra things. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. It's called like cod liver oil or some shit like that. And then there's some vitamin D, and then these other like testosterone boosting tablets. But I didn't know whether they were, you know, they actually help, or I don't know. I just thought I'd give it a try. But creatine, I think, definitely does have a positive impact on muscle growth and recovery. But yeah, appreciate it.
I will say though, one thing, don't let the supplements kind of trick your mind. You actually have to actually go in and do the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, I'll take this, that, and the third thing, and then boom, I look like a Greek god. It's like, you know, you actually got to show up and put in the time and work. So
yeah, 100%.
Don't let that trick yourself.
Yeah, that's the big thing, because like, I mean, I have like a bunch of supplements that I bought like when I first 6 months I started working out, but like the thing that you need to stick with mostly is just like working out consistently, sleeping well, and also keeping track of your diet and making sure that you're optimizing everything that you eat, because that will definitely give you the best results.
Yeah, 100%. And how many hours of sleep do you think preferably? I'm getting 7 hours a day. I know I could probably get more than that, but you know, that's guaranteed. I get 7 hours, and I kind of do that so I can get the most work in the day while also feeling energized. So I don't feel like drained at any point in the day. I have no brain fog within the day. I can pretty much optimize my work on 7 hours sleep. So I think I should probably keep it at that. But
I'd say if you keep your schedule the same, then same time for everything, then yeah, that'll be great for you.
Yeah, all right, appreciate it.
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing I got from a big thing I got from Geo as well. Is like just going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, because then you have all of the different sleep stages at the same time as well. So if you go to bed at like 1 a.m. one day and then 10 p.m. the next day, then it kind of mixed up. So yeah.
Thank you.
He should be here now, Geo. That would have been a perfect conversation. I should try and bring him in here some more. All right, Liam, let's go. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been here in the last couple of weeks. I had some stuff going on, but the question is mainly for so I've been trying to come up with a different offer, so it's less well, I guess I shouldn't say less social media marketing, but basically the offer is like database reactivation. So like going through and just, you know, having clients' existing database just reactivated through SMS text messaging, stuff like that. So I was wondering with the lead connector phone integration, it's almost like they rolled it out and then turned it off. Do you have any insight into that, or like what's going on with that at all? Because I have Twilio and that's no problem. I can use that, but I was just curious as to like what's going on.
Yeah, so regarding Twilio, we still use Twilio as well. We haven't rolled over to the new one just because I don't know. I just haven't, to be completely honest. And then it's like super new right now as well. So that's another reason. Okay. But so I'm still using Twilio. But
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious because like everything is kind of like I said, all the database reactivation we do is just through SMS. So it's like if Twilio's working, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So I'm just gonna not venture into the lead connector stuff too much and just stick with the Twilio thing. So I just wondered if you had any insight on that or whatever.
Cool. Are you
All right.
doing? Are you like selling the database reactivation, or are you having it like?
Yeah, so
Or-
that's it's basically it's an offer stack. So like the main offer is the database reaction or reactivation, sorry. And then so that's basically, sending one text message and that with an offer, that we've come up with or that's proven through different ways of figuring it out. Obviously, asking the client if they have a proven offer that they've run before and so on. But the second part would be like actual lead nurture. So connecting all of their different, Facebook and Google My Business and all those different kinds of things and doing the lead nurture for them. So it's kind of like a done for you. So it'd be like database reaction, reactivation, lead nurture, and then if needed, run Facebook ads. So that's
Okay.
kind of like the offer stack. And
So you have like
it's-
different tiers of like pricing as well, then I assume, or?
well, it's all encompassed. But yeah, so it's all encompassed, kind of a high ticket, basically. It's like, but it's leveraging high level, which a lot of people don't necessarily have a great understanding of or even know that it exists. So that's kind of an interesting uh, point to get them to be interested in about, because it's like, well, how do I connect my Facebook Messenger and the Instagram and the Google My Business? And it's like, well, we can do that for you. So yeah, that's kind of, it's like working in reverse, instead of just going and trying to get cold leads through Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that. I'm just trying to reactivate the people that they already have information on or has interacted with the businesses before. So
But you still have like an SMMA offer, like one niche, and
yeah,
that you're selling
one
to?
niche, and the offer is kind of database reactivation mixed in with lead nurturing, and then the Facebook ads if necessary. So it kind of goes like 1,
Okay.
2, 3, just like that.
That's exactly what I'm doing as well.
Yeah, it's pretty I'm just trying to differentiate myself because that's kind of the name of the game. So it's a little bit different, and not necessarily like social media marketing, but it has different aspects of it.
Well,
which is important.
on top of that as well, you can say, add that in your offer without putting any of your money on the line on ads. So it's pretty much
Right.
completely risk-free for them.
Yeah,
and then
so it's
potentially
zero money ad spend, and
Yeah.
then
And the thing is as well, because I've been doing that as well, it's like this people in the database already know, like, and trust the company. So it's much easier to kind of upsell them on the higher ticket offers. So potentially you're probably going to bring them more money from their past clients for free than you are through Facebook ads and new patients.
correct. Yeah, so it's a little bit different kind of offer that people are used to. So just kind of stick out from the crowd a little bit, because everyone's interested in growing their business, but they don't realize that they could be potentially just sitting on a gold mine already with the people that have either bought from them before or have at least expressed interest at one point or another.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool. Good stuff. Keep us up to date on how it goes, because I think the DB reactivation is awesome to have. We kind of used it as a, in our value stack. We only have like one offer, but we have that as a value stack just to increase the value of our main offer. But I also know that some people do it like as a separate offer. They do it either like for free or super cheap, and then they kind of help them to make some money up front with the database reactivation, and then they sell them to the higher ticket. I guess you can just incorporate it in multiple different ways.
yeah, there's all different kinds of ways that you can kind of skin the cat, but I think offering it as a main offer and be able to then have the client see immediate results, because it's like with Facebook ads, it could take a couple weeks, and then you got to optimize and all this stuff. So just having them kind of eliminating any potential for buyer's remorse, basically, so they can start seeing results immediately, or within a week or so, and then start to feel good about their purchase.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, no worries.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's see. All right, Luca.
Hello.
Hey, how's
Can
it
you see
going?
me?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm doing great. I signed my first client this week.
that's
And
awesome, man. Congratulations.
yeah, it's really
That's
an
good stuff.
awesome feeling. I went to dinner with my family yesterday, and they were asking about how my business work. And I just told my mother that I'm going to earn 2K this month, and she really
That's
freaked out.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. What? So you're getting paid $2,000 per month from this client, or?
Yeah, so I have the account setup fees 300 euros, so that I just like know that he's taking it serious. And then we agreed on a deal that we have to hit a certain revenue goal, but I'm pretty confident that we can hit this revenue goal because it's pretty low. And yes, and when we hit this revenue goal, I'm gonna get 2K. So I didn't get
That's
paid
awesome. All right,
now,
that's
but
good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But I have I mean, it's all going very good, but I have a lot of struggles because my problem is not that I feel pretty confident when I get somebody on the call that I can sell him, because I'm pretty confident when I talk, I have a good offer, and that's really not the problem. But my problem is getting appointments. I was doing a lot of cold calling. So for the past week, I did 50 to 60 calls, sometimes even 100 calls a day, and my my conversion rate or the people who so the people just ignore me and I can't even pitch my offer to them, because most of the time I just get to the secretary. She always tells me to fuck off, and when I get the business owner, it's immediately after 2 seconds they just hang up or don't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
So I was like thinking about changing to doing more like Facebook outreach and Instagram, and trying to get a conversation and not pitching them an offer directly at the beginning.
Yep.
Because yeah.
And what niche are you reaching out to right now?
So I'm currently in the construction niche, but I just started with roofing companies, because I thought like I will only focus on roofing companies, but my agency is like, I always tell the people that I only do roofing, but when I set the website and everything up, it's more in general.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I don't know how the culture is in America or England, but here in Austria, really the people are very annoyed when it comes to selling. They don't. I did a lot of personalized email outreach. The secretary always gives me in the spam. I talked to some business owners, and they also told me that the guy I was on the sales call, he told me that nobody wants to get like sold and nobody wants to get these emails, even when they're like highly personalized. So I'm struggling a lot with that. I don't know how to overcome this issue.
So you want to help? You only want to help people in Austria and not in the US. Is that correct? Or?
Yeah, Austria and Germany, because as you can hear, my English is not the best, and I don't feel confident to do business with my.
Your English is good enough, man. Like you have good English for sure. So, and like the reason why I like the US market is because it's just bigger, and especially if you go after roofing like we do, like there's a ton of roofing businesses out there. So in Austria, how many people live in Austria?
In
like
Austria, we have 8 million, and in Germany,
yeah.
we have 80 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do go after Germany as well?
Yeah, my first client is from Germany.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, you can continue and like do outreach, but like, and I'm sure you can get it to work. Like if you're just getting started, it feels like you're getting a lot of no's, but you're going to get better at it as you continue as well. You get better at your pitch and all of that. And I don't know exactly how you pitch yourself on the cold calls right now, but you can like leverage a ton of stuff, getting to the point quicker, having like a risk reversal. Just I'm sure we can improve like your script and what you're saying a lot. But then also like you can consider like selling to people in the US as well. Like the roofing market in the US is huge. You have great English, man. So that's not going to hinder you at all. So
Yeah, thought about maybe getting an business like business English coach who like teaches me the basics and talks to me with 1 hour a week where I can just like maybe even do sales call training with him so that I get really confident in this language. Because I don't know, I think in a business situation you have to come off as professional.
Yeah, true. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, people just care about kind of what you have and what you sell and the value that you bring to the table. So they literally, they will not care at all, like how you look or how you talk or anything like that. If you like the first sales call I did, or the first sale I did to Nolan's Roofing, one of the top 100 biggest roofing contractors in the US, I was so nervous that I had no saliva in my mouth. Literally, I couldn't almost talk. I was so nervous. And he still bought from me because I had like a good offer and he really believed in what we had and so on and so forth. So, and sure, it's scary in the beginning, but if you just do it a couple of times, then it's not scary anymore, and then you can just continue to do it. So
Yeah.
but
Okay, wait, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hurry. I have some important questions, but I don't want to take the time from the others. So, first of all, a very big problem in the Austrian and German market is that the roofers and generally construction companies don't have good employees. So most of the people I was trying to pitch my offer, all of them told me we don't want to grow because we can't grow because we don't have employees.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's kind of same thing here in Sweden, that they almost have too much work. I don't know if so that's another thing why I don't like to like do something like this here in Sweden, like, and why I do it in the US, because in the US everybody want to expand, everybody want to grow, like they want to grow as big as possible essentially. So that's another peak or perk rather if you like go after the US market.
Yeah, because they also told me that they don't want to grow because of taxes. They would like I don't know, but it's not profitable for the business to grow until they really get a certain size where they're extremely big.
Yeah. And then there's the weather as well. I don't know how it is like right now, in December night, it's cold here, and we have like 10 minus Celsius here in Sweden right now. I'm sure it's pretty much the same in Germany and Austria as well, snowy and stuff. So I don't know how they do with the roofing. Yeah.
They do, all of them do a winter break now for the next 1 or 2 months. And that's also the reason why I thought about like in this time reaching out maybe to plumbers or other construction companies, because roofing at the moment is a dead market for the next 2 months, I would say.
Stick to roofing, but try the US a bit. That's what I would challenge you to do. Actually. Okay. Yeah, I think you should.
That would be like very out of my comfort zone.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I promise you that the roofers in Germany and Austria is going to be impressed when you tell them that I'm working with some companies in the US as well. I don't know why, but they just like to hear, oh, you're in the US, like when you're from Europe. So yeah, that's just another perk.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries. All right, Will.
I don't know if Luca left the call or not, if he had something to do, but I was also just gonna give him a tip, like maybe in his cold calls, give him well, what I do is like I'm straight up, I'm like, this is a cold call, so I do have something to pitch to your business. And if they are interested, try and, introduce some problems that they might not even know that they have been having, just to kind of get them more interested rather than just giving your pitch right away, because then they might think, well, I have this problem now and I kind of want to fix it. So I don't know if you have anything on that. If you want to, it sounds pretty good to me though.
Yeah, I already tried that. So I started my cold calls with, I want to pitch you something. Do you have 30 seconds of your time? Because I saw this from Thomas Garnett and people like that. And you have to understand the Austrian culture is really different, and also the whole business and selling culture, and all of the people, like, they told me to fuck off. They don't want to get any, they thought that I want to sell them like a product. And I don't know, they got really mad at me, and it didn't work like this. So yeah. It's tough. The people here are very unfriendly. They don't want to get sold anything. They are just like, all of the people here have this scarcity mindset that they think that they will lose money with you or that you want to scam them.
Yeah.
And in the US, it's different because it's just the game is going on all the time. It's such a bigger market, so everybody's just trying to find the best thing all the time. So like that pretty much never happens in the US. I feel like, at least.
Yeah.
No, and I get what you're saying as well about the. It's kind of the same here in Sweden as well. It's different culture about business. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what my question was, I had a meeting booked like last week, and the meeting went well and everything. And then the last question that he had was, "Do you have any references for me?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I had a couple of media buyers, and I sent their names over along with their past clients that they've worked with. And he's like, "Well, I kind of want to get in contact with these people. Can you get me a list like that instead of just giving me like the results and whatnot?" So
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, in your shoe, like if you're in my shoes, what would you do to them? Because I've made a post in the Facebook group, and someone did say offer a couple week free service or something like that, to kind of show them that I'm being for real. But I just want to get your take on it.
Yeah. So basically, what I did in the beginning is that I gave people the numbers to some of the clients that I work with, but they didn't like that because a lot of people started to call them. And that's when I started to work or ask for some video testimonials and so forth, so that they didn't have to call them. And so normally what I say now, if they ask for like numbers, normally they don't ask for it now because we have so many screenshots and so many case studies and so on and so forth. But what I would say is that you can't give them their phone numbers, because even if I could, I don't like to do that, because it's like then a ton of people are starting to call those people and maybe they don't like it, and I don't want to ruin that relationship. So I normally say that I don't like to do that out of the respect from the clients. However, I can showcase to you like who they are and what they do, and then I cannot stop you, Mr. Prospect, to like do your job or for you to kind of go and search up the numbers yourself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I do it. Yeah, that's normally what I say, essentially. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But did you get any more objections around that, or like?
No, honestly, like, other than like, that was the first one that I had, like, someone asked me for references, and it just had me stumped. I was like, yeah, I'll get you a list. And I sent him the reference list like the next day, but
Yeah.
then I followed up with him, and that's when he was like, "See, like, yeah, I like your pitch and I like all this. I just need references to know if this is utilizing anyone's business." You know what I mean?
Do you do the pitch deck over Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So you,
Google Meet, but yeah.
oh, sorry.
Google Meet, but yeah.
Okay, got you. And do you have some like case studies, like kind of how I do in the template as well? Like you
Yeah.
go over. Okay. Because yeah, I feel like since we started doing that, we're not getting as many people asking for references, because we like go through X amount of them like in the actual presentation. So at the end of it, it's like they don't normally ask for it. But okay, that's good that you're doing that then. That's perfect. And you have a media buyer that you can leverage for results as well?
Yep.
Okay, that's perfect then. All right, cool. Nice. All right, Andrew.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes, how's it going?
Yes, yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. My question is about giving my potential client a no-brainer offer. I'm not quite sure for my first clients, to make sure to get some skin in the game, whether to go with a kind of a 30-day free trial or a pay-per-appointment system to make it risk-free for them. I'm not quite sure how to, obviously, because I want to get as many people on board so I can start collecting testimonials, start collecting videos, referrals, and try to get as many people results with the system. But I'm not quite sure, since I don't have proven results yet. So I can't really charge them upfront or give them like a guarantee that, look, we did this for this person, we can duplicate this for you. What would you suggest?
So, and you haven't leveraged a media buyer, right? So you don't have any case studies or results that you can leverage from somebody else?
I can leverage results from a media buyer where it's just kind of, oh, we got this business X amount of leads, but it's not going to be, I'm doing a prepaid appointment booking system. but
Okay.
don't have results where, oh, so we took this business, we implemented our system, and we got them X amount of prepaid appointments per month. I don't have that.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? So I know that some people do like pay per appointment, or they do like a free trial or something like that. I've never done that since I started because I don't like it. I like how I see it is that, you know, if you have learned a skill and you're comfortable enough to start to sell it, or maybe even have a media buyer, then you should get paid for it. So what I did when I started, and what I would still do, and what I still recommend to this day, is just to focus on all of the things that you can control, like the your service, your power, or your pitch deck, your presentation, your sales process. Make sure that you have like a good system that you can sell and present to people. And then you ask for $2,000 per month. Like start with an offer for like at least $2,000 per month. And then if you want to have a no-brainer offer, do like a service-based guarantee. That's what we do as well. So we basically tell them that we ask for $2,000 per month. We ask for a 90-day agreement. And if we can't bring in ROI or bring you results, then we're going to work for free for 1 or 2 months until you do get an ROI. And so at least you get paid and you get a real client and their skin in the game and all of that as well. So basically my point is focus on all of the things that you can control. Make as great service as you can, as good presentation as you can. Try and find a media buyer, leverage their results to present to them, and just present to them that you have something of value. Do like the value stack, the price drop, do the service-based guarantee, and just try to get the paid client from the beginning, essentially, because then you're getting a more serious client as well. Yeah.
So basically, just to round that up, you would suggest getting that prepaid kind of first client, but give a guarantee that if we don't deliver on results, we'll continue working with you for X amount of time for free to make up for the time where we didn't deliver, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I like that, but I know that a lot of people do like pay per appointment. I'm sure that works as well. Like you can make a ton of different models work. However, I like the management fee, because then they are having some skin in the game as well. And if you're getting like the 90-day commitment as well, the agreement, then you know that they're actually like serious and committed as well. So they're like, it's
well,
not like you.
Okay, in this case, yeah, I completely understand. In this case, could we talk about potentially what if we do like a setup fee, for example? If, for example, we're talking about a 2K per month retainer, if we do a setup fee of, I don't know, even 500, and then payment upon results, is this a better system, do you think? Does it give them more safety as well? Or is this less of a safe system than we've talked before, where they pay upfront and we're ready to give them a full refund if we don't deliver?
Yeah, so okay, and by safe you mean that like from their end that it's like as low risk as possible?
So for them, for them, so it seems to them that it's just a no-brainer offer. How can we say no to this? It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Again, like I much rather like present to them, here's like the amount of value we can bring, and it's going to cost this amount of money. If we don't perform, then you could say like we're going to work for free for 1 or 2 months, or you can even say like a money back guarantee or something like that. If you want to have like a really like a risk reversal, you can say that. We don't. But I like that more, like providing a ton of value, saying that it's going to cost X amount of dollars, instead of, you know, having an okay offer and then just having no risk at all. Do you see the difference? So instead of like having, I just like to do it that way, because you're finding more higher quality clients as well if they're willing to sign a 90-day contract and pay $2,000 per month or $3,000 per month or whatever that might be. It's just
okay.
Yeah,
because I was kind of drawn between obviously trying to get as many kind of testimonials as I can, but also make it so I don't go too negative as well, because I do have some money which I can put into the business and kind of out of my pocket to get these couple of first clients on board. But I'm not sure, like, obviously where this stops and where I have to draw a line.
Like you can do this as well. Let's say your base offer is the $2,000 per month 90-day agreement with the service-based guarantee as a risk reversal, and then you have like, you know, the urgency and the scarcity that you're only going to work with 10 clients. Let's say you say that we only work with 10 clients, we're a small agency, we only work with 10 clients in this niche. However,
Mhm.
you can be fully transparent as well and say that with the first 2 clients, we're going to give, 50% off for the first 2 people. So it's going to be $1,000 per month. But then in return, we want a video testimonial at the end of the 3 months. Whether you like it or not, we want a video testimonial essentially. So you could do some deal like that as well, just to give them for the first 2 clients. You can play around with it in multiple different ways. Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people doing different tactics, and I suppose it works in different ways for everybody. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best.
Yeah. People love deals, and if you have some scarcity and urgency back of it as well, like you can get this deal, but it's only for the 2 next 2 clients that we sign up, and then it's gone. So you can just say that without saying anything else, and that's going to create a ton of scarcity and a ton of urgency. So yeah.
I think I'm gonna implement that.
Yeah.
That's really good. Thank you, Max. I'm gonna work around and see what works. But yeah, if you don't mind, can I ask Cam a quick question? I will, because I saw Cam. Are you here? And he just might have left.
Yeah. You can jump in whenever he gets back
Oh, I think I'm
as well.
Yeah, when he gets back, I'll just jump back. All right. Thank you, Max. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try to play around with it. I'll let you know what I get up to next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me know how it goes. We can play. I can help you as well if you want to post it in the group or whatever. We can play around with it.
Yeah. Okay,
Awesome.
sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Harsh. Let's go.
Hey Max, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
So yeah, I'm good. As you know, I just closed my first client this week.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Congratulations.
it's no free trial, so there's a payment upfront. Yeah, thanks. So the thing is now, he signed the contract, and now we're starting with the ads on Monday. But like he's a little hesitant about adding me as an admin. So like I was asking him to add me as a partner basically, by
Yep.
adding my business manager ID. And he's thinking about like how do you do it? Do you ask your clients to add your email ID, or add you as a partner?
Yeah, so we normally do both essentially, and I don't think you need to do the admin. And the only reason why we did the admin added inside the Facebook Business Manager was because before we used high level, essentially, we had to use like Zapier with the Facebook conversion API because we used Yacht form to like collect the leads. And to be able to manage the Facebook conversion API for somebody's account, you have to be an admin. But now, since we have high level, you don't need that anymore, essentially. So you don't really need to be added as an admin. It's going to be enough to be added as a partner. But we normally get added both anyways, just for the sake of it, or for to be safe, so that we can manage everything. And basically how we do it is that on the onboarding call, when we jump and actually talk with them on the onboarding call, we walk them through the entire process essentially. So we just set everything up with them on the onboarding call inside a Facebook Business Manager, the ad account, the page, verify their business, verify the domain, payment methods, all of that stuff. And then we ask them to also invite me personally as an admin, and then invite us with the agency with the partnership, essentially, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like it's fine to hold up. I just forgot what I wanted to ask.
No worries. Something regarding the Facebook as well, or?
Yeah. It was regarding that only. Wait a second. Yeah, I just remembered. Is it like fine to just like have access to the ad account instead of getting access as an admin?
If they invite you as a partner, you need access to the page, to the ad account, to the pixel, and to the domain, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Right,
have you had an onboarding call with them where you actually talk with them on an onboarding call and kind of walk them through, or have you just like done this communication over email?
No, I have had the onboarding call, and on
Okay.
that only he signed the contract. But yeah, it was just he was a little hesitant on the onboarding call to give me access as an admin. So
Okay.
that's why we thought of doing this later on. So we're gonna do this today.
Okay.
But yeah, just wanted to ask that and clarify.
Okay. Yeah, you can just tell them as well, like, right, if they invite you as a partner, then they can kick you out anytime. They're still kind of the boss of the account. So if you're invited as a partner, you can't really do anything, if that makes sense. Or you can't
Okay.
take any of their digital assets or anything like that. So
Yeah,
It-
that sounds nice. So I'll just convey that to them.
yeah. All right.
And also like a little point about Cam, he was asking about cod liver oils. So I've had experiences with them, taking cod liver oils, but I would recommend, the main important thing of that is omega-3 fish oils. So instead of taking cod liver oils, which contain a very small percentage of omega oils, you can just take like separate fish oil, omega-3 fish oil that contains like the whole of it. That would be much better. I only take those instead of
All right.
cod liver.
I appreciate that. It does say omega-3 on it. I don't know what that means, but
But
hey.
you have to notice it like behind in the nutritional facts that how much percentage of that is omega-3 fish oil. So instead of taking cod liver, you should just take the separate fish oil. That's it.
All
Instead
right,
of
thank
that.
you. I'll keep that in mind after I've used these because I'm not chucking these out now. I've just spent money on them.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cam, just make sure that when you take the fish oil pills, eat something right after it
Are they
because
that gross?
it is foul. I've thrown
Oh,
up because of
fuck.
it. And I didn't eat anything, and the smell of the fish oil just came up my throat, and it was bad. It was a bad day.
Hey,
So
well,
just-
I opened it when I come out the shop and I was like, oh my fucking God, that stings.
Yeah.
And then I tried giving my brother one, told him it was a sweet, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I also have experienced this, but I just like I've found also a pill that doesn't smell that bad, so I only use that. So
Yeah, I've got a
there's a
couple
ton in the
different
market.
ones.
You can find, yeah, that's not that difficult.
All right, I appreciate that, Harsh. Thank
Yeah,
you
no
very
worries,
much.
man. Yeah, thanks, Max. That was it.
Cool. Good stuff. All right, Martin.
I'm just gonna jump in if that's okay.
Yeah.
Cam, I was talking to Max about the offer while you left. I wanted to ask you a quick question. I know you're doing right now a free trial. I saw your video. I got a lot of value from that of you closing the client. I think
I
that's great.
appreciate that.
I saw that you're doing the free trial right now. Could you tell me if this is was this your initial offer that you started with? Because I saw you have some testimonial before. Just if you
Right.
can, would you
Go
share
on.
your process and
So basically, right, I signed 2 clients last week without the free trial. So that was, I'll get them XYZ amount of appointments and they only pay me if I deliver on that promise, and I will deliver on it. So, and then I was kind of getting a bit bored this week. I was like, so I called this woman and she was like, no, we're not interested. I went, what if I told you the first month was completely free? And basically on the call, as I said, all I'm asking for in return is a video testimonial, and it's basically a referral. So I want to be her partner and I'm going to continue to work with her, but she's going to pay me. But the
Growth
first month is
partner.
completely free. So when, somebody goes, oh, do you have anyone I can call? I'll go, yep, you can call this woman.
That's good.
Pretty much. So
Yeah,
I've kind of
growth
got a
partner.
referral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a growth partner. But the other 3, she's the only person I've offered that to, and it's the only person that I will, because I've got a good offer. I just kind of got a bit impatient, and I know obviously if it's free, she's going to be more bound to get stuck in quicker, which she has. She's got stuck in quicker than every other client. So that was
I mean,
basically.
I was watching the video last night, and she said, how much does it cost? And that's like, so if I want to proceed, where do we go from here? She was like straight away on
Exactly.
it. So, yeah.
This is what I said to her as well.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone that's done this before will go ahead. So just kind of reinforcing the fact that, I think it's all about reinforcing the fact that you're confident you can bring them results. Because then if you
Yeah.
can do that, then
No,
they
okay.
start to believe you can as well.
Yeah.
But-
No, I think it's important as well because I find sometimes that, if you can adapt even on the cold calls, that somebody says, no, we're not interested in that. And you kind of go a next step, they straight away go, oh, like if your original offer doesn't work, then you just go, okay,
Yeah.
in this case, what about this?
That's what I did on the call, but I recorded a call yesterday. It was a really good call, but she had a business partner on the phone who was an arsehole pretty much. He was sat
Alright.
there having different conversations when I was talking with other people. And then I go at the
They don't
question
want that.
at the end, I asked this question. I was like, so, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're ready to go ahead right now, get the agreement signed and we'll start running the ads by Monday and bringing patients in. Where would you say you are? She said 9. He goes 1. But yeah,
Dickhead.
pretty much you kind of have to, exactly what you said, you kind of have to adapt to who it is pretty much.
Yeah, but for the first couple of clients, would you say you use that system where it was basically upfront fee, deliver, and if we don't deliver, we kind of...
Well, right, what I would do is I would offer a free trial for like one person. I mean, I don't know, I'm not an expert at this, but obviously that's what I've done. I've offered a free trial for one person and I'm going to build a referral through that as well. So that was kind of my thought process behind that. But then
Yeah,
obviously
okay,
from there,
yeah.
it's kind of just, it's kind of just using my guarantee. But then I think, after I've got like these 4 clients and they're paying me, I might alter it so kind of I have to get like an upfront cost in a way, because there's not really that urgency and I'm kind of more established as well.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I was about
Yeah,
to
good
mute
stuff.
my thing, but yeah. No, I understand that. That makes perfect sense, and I think that obviously as you grow, you need to adapt. So really, thank you for the value in that.
No worries,
I
buddy.
really appreciate that.
No worries.
Where in the UK are you from? Just the last one.
You won't know where it is. It's not a great place. It's
Right.
called Grimsby. You might have seen the film.
I'm in York right now, so yeah, I do know where Grimsby
Oh,
is.
York. I actually went to York on the weekend to the Christmas market.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of people. Actually, I think you're quite local, and let's see. Let me get a few more clients, and then I think we should definitely meet up because you're only an hour away. So
100%, man. Definitely.
yeah, I'll actually let me get your WhatsApp. I'll text you my number on Zoom.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
wait, do you want me to just read out my number now? You ready?
You
can do it in
I'll
text
just text
in
you.
case
Yeah.
and people see the recording and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
not
fair
spam.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
drop me a DM.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Thank you guys
All right.
for the value. Thank you.
Take care.
Martin, did you have a question, by the way? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
How are you, Max?
it is good. It is good. How are you?
I'm all good, bro. Yeah, basically,
stuff.
I just had a one question that I had 2 sales calls till now, and one of them last Monday, they said me that this is not the right time for them, like because this is the winters in Canada, so it's like very much snowstorms and all. So their business is very much down right now, and right now the cost per lead would be very much high. So what do you suggest? Like, is this really affect the business?
So it's you're helping them. You're helping only companies in Canada. Is that correct? Or
No, in North America, US and Canada, both.
okay. And your niche now again is what was the niche now again? I can't keep track of all the niches.
Kitchen and bathroom remodeling.
Kitchen and bathroom remodeling, yes. And basically your question is if what you should do, like if the market is slower, was that what you said? Or
Yeah, like this it does really impact the weather really impact or not? Yeah, this is what just for sake of saying me, or yeah, that's true. Is it true,
okay.
or they just said me that to like wave me off? That's it.
I have no idea how it is in kitchen and bathroom remodeling, but it doesn't really make sense that the weather is going to affect that much since they're going to be inside, right? But even if it is affecting it, then I would focus maybe on some companies more in California or Florida. I really like the Florida market for the construction side of things, or for contractors like roofing and solar. Florida is great. It's the advertising there is working really, really good as well for some reason. So if it's not working in the colder areas right now for some reason, then I would just focus your outreach on more companies in Florida, let's say, or something like that.
Okay, and also what we are doing is like we are using cross-platform targeting, right? So also there is a person who is doing me for an SMS campaign. He's running an SMS campaign from Go High Level. Like he's like it is a like kind of personalized, but it is a blast. So what
Yep.
do you suggest for me? Like, should I go for that, or like I'm getting response with that? Like there are many people who, like they're like in 200 like 3 to 4 showed interest. They did not book the call, but yeah, we are interested. They sent me that. Do you
And
suggest
you,
it?
yeah, sorry.
Do you suggest that like sending a blast SMS and email? Do you suggest that? But I'm getting a response like almost 90%, 95% of them say not interested.
Yeah.
But five, like 2 to 3 people sent me that they are interested, but they did not book the call it. Like I'm doing it from past 2 days.
And you get those phone numbers from like that tool you use on LinkedIn, right? When you do cross-platform outreach, is that
No,
where you get
no,
the
no,
numbers from?
no. Basically, there is a person from Spain who is doing this for me,
Okay.
and he's charging $25 per book appointment.
Okay.
So what I just said him that no, I'm not going to pay you $25. What I'm going to do is $200 per client. This is my offer.
Got you. And
Yeah,
he is doing the SMS blast for you essentially.
yeah, like he's sending around 100 to 150 per day. Like he's getting the numbers. I don't know from where, but he's
Yeah.
getting it.
Okay. Well, if it works, it works, right? So if it works, then I would just continue to do it. However, if I'm not the biggest fan of blasting because of what I tell in the course, right? The old way. I much rather do the new way and kind of build relationships with people and like, yeah, and do it that way. But if you can try this person out for, I don't know, like 4 weeks, or give him at least 4 weeks, not too short, and kind of see what the response is. If it makes sense, then it makes sense, and if you're getting sales from it, then you can just continue to scale it. But if it's not working, then I would just go back to the new way of
I am doing the
outreach.
new way. I am
Yep.
doing like I am continuing my way. This is like a person who is doing from my Go High Level account. Like this is like one more people who is doing outreach for me. SMS
Yep.
campaign. Because
Yeah.
I am not doing it right. So
Yeah, test it out
this-
and see what the response is.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's like only 2 questions I had. Like he said me that he will be doing from email also, but I said that but we are not mentioning our company's name in the SMS because for an example they are getting an SMS and after that I am reaching out to on their social media that like creates bad impact about my agency name. Like yeah man, I got this SMS also, so I'm not interested because they have
Yeah.
already sent me that. So.
Gotcha. Do you help him with the offer and like the actual message that he's using?
Yeah, basically he's doing each and everything. Like yeah, I just
Okay.
sent him the offer, but we are not saying the offer. We are just saying him that we would be adding some. We have some clients in our list. Can we send it to you?
Gotcha.
This is like basically that much. But yeah, I'm getting I'm like 2 sales calls was amazing, but one of them like last week, person said me like let's see after that, like after this year, after Christmas and the New Year.
Yeah, like you're putting in the work, so just like continue like the positive momentum. You got a client now, you're getting some appointments, and it's good that you're testing different stuff as well. So yeah, that's awesome.
I'm testing different stuff.
That's good.
Okay, Max, that's
All
my
right.
specific. Today my internet is very much slow. I don't know why. Okay.
No worries. Good talk. Let me know
Okay,
if there's anything else, and keep us up to date on how it goes as well.
yeah, sure, man. I will be
Good.
doing it.
Good stuff. All right. Who's next? Is it yeah, it's Will, right? Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I'm sorry, Will. I'm just gonna jump in quickly. Cam, can you check your direct message on Zoom? And guys, thank you for the value. I'm gonna head out. Really good call.
Yeah, nice to have you here. All right, Will.
So I had a storm chasing roofer that I was cold calling like a couple weeks back when I first started, got him interested, and then kind of like fell off. And then I outreached him, and then he was like, "Yeah, I am interested." So then I gave him the pitch and everything like that. And now I'm at a point where like he's willing and like he's like sending me the onboarding stuff already, send me the contracts, all this other stuff. But he's having like long story short, he had a company before, but he had to, make a new one, and now he's like in the midst of like changing his business address. and his business name and whatnot through Google. And I kind of like lost touch with him last week, and I was like, just trying to follow up because I figured he told me it would be done like by the beginning of Monday last week. So I was following up with him the whole week, and at the end of the or I think it was on Friday or something, I sent him a message and I was like, hey man, like I was trying to use a little bit of scarcity because I'm so darn impatient when it comes to this stuff. So I was like, hey man, I appreciate everything like you let me explain our offer and everything, but I do have clients that I've been pushing off that I have to respond back to and whatnot, just to at least get him to respond. He's like, I'm interested. I just can't. It's a bitch of a thing with this Google stuff. Is there anything that like should I ask him like is there anything that I can do to help you in the process, or should I just like sit my merry way? Because I told him I'd contact him on Monday of next week to see where he's at.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you think I could be doing for him?
I think it's just a matter of like he's interested, but he has so many other priorities that are, he want to work with you, but there's all of these other fires that he needs to put out. So I would just stay in front of him, maybe like ping him once a week or something like that, and don't give him too much time and too much energy, because you've kind of done the job already. You've sent him the contract and all of that. So I would just like follow up consistently, like once per week. And then before you know it, he's just going to like come back to you and wanna sign and go. But of course, like if you want to go the extra mile and like offer him a, ask him if you can do something for him. Like we can jump into a quick call and see if I can help you with the Google stuff or something like that. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Cam.
So this isn't really related to, well, it kind of is. Was there a set, do you remember the time, if there was one, when you kind of realized that, oh shit, I've kind of done what I said I was going to do, and kind of, fulfilled what I kind of been working towards for the past, however long?
Yeah, for sure. Do you mean like you're actually, you've set a goal and then you get there and then the question is kind of like what to do next, or?
I mean, kind of like, everyone goes through that like valley of disappointment. They're kind of working and working and working, don't see results. And then they finally see the big results, and then they're like, oh shit, this is actually real now. Did you ever experience, something like that? And if so, how did it kind of change your life? I'm just curious,
Yeah, so I think we've talked about this on I think we talked about it on our call as well. You have
we probably did, I can't remember.
Yeah, but if you have a goal and then you get there, and then you kind of you celebrate a little bit, and then you get you have that good feeling or whatever. But then what happened to me is that I kind of fell into a trap because I didn't create new goals. So I kind of just rode that wave, and that was not fun at all, because I was not progressing towards the new goal essentially. So, and I think we talked about that regarding the UFC, right? You win the first belt and then you get beaten because you have to have the aspirations to kind of defend the belt over and over again. Yeah. So yeah, that happens all the time, right? Because if you set goals and work towards them, then you're going to get there. Like if you literally put all of your energy back of one goal and just work towards that, then it's just a matter of time before you're going to get there essentially. So you should definitely have big goals, like bigger goals, like, make more money, invest the money, or, create different vehicles, different streams of income, or whatever that might be.
Great. Thank you. Just following up on that. So you kind of think it's like important to, like in metaphorical sense, kind of like climb the mountain, celebrate when you're at the top, and then, get the fuck back to another mountain and climb that. So keep rising up pretty much. Yeah.
Basically, because there's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, where he basically talks about, when are we humans most happy? It's not when we actually reach the goal, it's when we're pursuing the goal, when we're actually working
100%.
towards the goal. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, so yeah, it's hard to have big goals as well, because right now you want to start the business, get the client, make the money, and that's kind of the goal. And you think that's going to take more time or whatever, but then you put a lot of time and energy and work towards it, and then you actually accomplish it pretty quickly, and you get like 4 clients in a week or whatever happens. So then you have to like sit down with a pen and paper and just think, okay, what am I going to do this year? Like now in December is a perfect way to kind of think through the entire 2023. What's my plan for next year? And how can I use next year to kind of set me up for 2024? And then what am I going to do in 2024? So have like a long-term plan and create like systems and create like a flywheel around that plan. That's fun stuff.
Great, thank
But
you.
it's very important. Yeah.
Yeah.
worries.
Just another question. This is more on kind of the business side of things. So with your clients, what's kind of the time span of the follow-up sequence? So I know obviously you're going to message them as soon as they come through the lead form, the opt-in page, sorry, they sign up.
Yeah.
But kind of what's the time span? Are you messaging them, the last time on the 30th day? Is it potentially the 60th day? What's like the final message, and yeah, pretty much what's the space in between those?
You mean it for our clients, like how we do the automations for our clients?
Shit, no, I mean like your clients. So leads that come through for your yeah.
So I played around with this a ton, and we used to I had like a copywriter write out like a 6-month nurture campaign, and we had multiple automations go out in like every other day, yada 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 yada. But basically what it has boiled down to for us is that, death by automation is a saying that if you do too much, it's no good because people know that it's not automation. So basically what we do now, the best type of follow-up is always the manual follow-up, and like actually helping your clients to understand that they need to follow up, have like their own in-house process on how to follow up with the leads, normally via calls. But then it's always nice to have that automated follow-up as well. But we normally don't want to do like too much. We don't want to like continue to send messages for like months. So we normally have like the follow-up sequence for a new lead, maybe do that for like a week or 2 max, maybe have like another message out in the future, but have it pretty short. They become a lead, either you like book an appointment or not. And then instead do like continuous database reactivations, like once per quarter or something like that instead.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Thank you very much. That's pretty much it from me.
Cool. All right. Louise and Bessie is here as well, I see. That's awesome. Does anybody else have anything, any specific question or anything to share, or could be anything? Anybody? Luca, let's go.
So I'm also just curious, how did you get your first clients? Or I mean, at the moment you don't do organic outreach, you already mentioned, but how did you start the process going with setting appointments?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I can actually kind of walk you through how I recommend that, like the best way of doing advertising for your agency, and what we are doing more in this next year as well. So in the beginning, you kind of have to do the organic, right? You start with organic, either like cold calling or messages or cold email or whatever it might be. You want to get your first 3 clients, get the proof of concept, as I talk about in the course as well. You get your first 3 clients, that your offer is working, you get sales, you also do the service delivery for a couple of months, and you know that your clients are happy and getting results. Once you get to that point, then you're like, okay, now I can scale this, and now you have some cash flow coming in as well. So either you just double down on even more organic and gather testimonials, and you have more powerful organic outreach, or you do cold ads. And that's what I did. And the reason why I did cold ads was because I wanted to get more calls coming in, essentially, so that I could talk to more business owners and learn more from the market, and also speed up the process. And that's basically what we've been doing since then, like doing a mix of basically mainly cold ads, but also some referrals. But what we're doubling down on this next year is that we're going to put together a referral program, because when you have a bulk of clients, like 20 to 30 clients, or maybe even like 10 clients, or maybe even 5 clients, just put together a really nice referral program for your clients. So let's say you're selling your services for $3,000 or $3,500 per month. Then you can just go to your client and say, if you refer a client and they sign up, we're going to send you $500 every single month, essentially. So what we're working on right now is that we're putting together that system with like PDFs and putting the entire system together, so we make it as easy as possible for our clients. We just send that PDF to our clients, and then they can just send that to whatever people they know. So it's super simple, and they can just blast that to all of their contacts. Hey, we're working this agency, it's working really good. Use this code and you get $500 off. So we're also offering the new client $500 off. So we can pitch it for like 4K or 3,500, but they get it for 3K. So we can just increase the price or whatever. But then if they sign up, then we also send that our client that actually referred them $500 per month. So in theory, they can actually get our service for free if they refer enough people, or they can even get paid to use our services, essentially. So we've started to talk about this regarding our clients, and we've done this in like smaller scale, like a little bit up until this point, but now we're really going to double down on it this year and like blast it out to all of our clients. So basically just organic referral advertising. It's like the best thing. Everybody wins. Yeah.
And when you started outreaching, so when you did it the organic way without spending money, did you do a lot of cold calling, or do you reach out to them with Facebook?
Yeah, so in the beginning, when I started, like when I really started, before I went for roofing niche, I did some cold calling to companies here in Sweden because I was just comfortable with the Swedish. But then I started to do the organic outreach in the US. I did email, and I bought I scraped emails from Google and I blasted it out with like a Mailshake or a tool, stuff like that, like the old way of organic outreach. And I did that. I sent like X amount of hundreds of emails every single day. And then I was lucky enough to get Nolan's a call with them. I did the closing over the phone. So I did mostly cold email, and then I did some LinkedIn as well with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And yeah, that's pretty much mostly it. Yeah. But I know that a lot of people are like heavy into cold calling right now, and I don't know why that is, especially a lot of new people starting out. That's something new. I think like YouTube has like inspired a lot of people to do that. I'm not sure, but when I started out, not a lot of people at all was doing like cold calling. But yeah, that's awesome to see that people are actually doing cold calling, because it's scary, especially in the beginning when you're starting out. So good stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely the most effective, in my experience anyway. I don't know about anyone else, but for booking calls, it's kind of, you kind of just confront them straight up, and you can kind of like portray your personality in that as well.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like to build intrigue. So I'm like, you know, if they say they're busy, I'm like, trust me, Julie, you're gonna want to hear this. You best call me back, or you best pick up the phone, you know. And then when I answer, I just come in with it like this crazy energy, and they kind of think I'm a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But then you present them with a good offer, and it kind of works out. I can't remember what question I was going to ask now. What was you going to say?
No, but like it's like the best training you can get as well. Like sales is like the best thing, the best skill you can learn, especially in business. And yeah,
100%.
And it's so many different styles of sales as well. Like either you're like super high energy, or you're more either you're like super extroverted and like, you know, or you're introverted and you focus more on your other perks of your personality or whatever it might be. But yeah, you can sell in so many different ways. It's all about trust, really, at the end of the day.
I admire the way, you know, I've been watching a lot of Grant Cardone and the way he kind of sells people. It is amazing. He's kind of mastered it in a way. Obviously, there's always room for improvement, but just the way he kind of portrays it, you know, he goes from getting people like, oh, I'm not interested, like, right, I'm sending this over to your house right now, are you going to buy it? It's like he kind of pushes them to do it, but they do it anyway. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of the stereotype of a high energy red alpha person, like sales.
And
that's yeah, it definitely does. Like he's a super good salesperson. And but I know that I saw a video from Grant Cardone where he talked about this as well, when he said he had this like condo in Miami where he lived, and he talked about how he is a very like extroverted red type of salesperson, like high energy, but his neighbor, who was actually worth more money than him, was a super introverted guy who didn't like talk that much at all, but he was a genius salesperson as well. So his point was like, everybody can sell, they just kind of have to find their style or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I've started doing that I think is quite useful is every single time, you know, I'm cold calling, I'm on a sales call, and I realize I've been presented with an objection I haven't heard before. I'll write it down. Even if I'm on the sales call, I'll sit there and write it down. And then after it, I'll be like, right, how can I overcome this next time? And then when you've got a list of every single objection in the book, and you have an answer to every single objection, kind of simplifies a lot of things, and you're able to get around a lot of things that might be, you know, stopping them from moving forward.
Yeah. And energy is super important as well, right? One super great business coach here in Sweden that I actually worked with for a while, he talks about like highest energy wins. And he has like a story of, you know, we have 3 different football teams or 3 different soccer teams or whatever you want to call it. And one team is going to play with super low energy. One team is going to play with like middle energy. They're going to lump around the field. And then you're going to have one team that plays with like super high energy. Like who's going to win? Obviously the one with the highest energy. So
yeah,
100%. Energy makes a big difference.
I agree. That's why get your sleep.
Yeah,
get your diet in order.
Exactly. Yeah, Luca, did you have another question, by the way?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about do you heard about the SaaS model, so that the client does all of the work himself with these integrations like Apex and stuff, and you can lower the price.
Yeah.
What do you think about this SaaS model instead of the agency model?
Yeah, awesome question. And I started to look into this recently as well, because I didn't know what Apex was. But I looked into it like last week, and I thought it was very interesting that you can automate everything. You can like implement everything with one click. And here's the thing, we use the SaaS model in our agency as well, and kind of how we use it. And I'm gonna do some more videos about this and kind of talk about this, how to incorporate it, because it can be very powerful. And the way we use it is that we always sell, because here's the thing, I much rather have fewer clients that spend more with us than having multiple clients spending less money with us, essentially. Because we tried the SaaS model in like 1.5 years ago, and we kind of tried to push that, and it's a great offer to sell. But the main thing is that a business owner, when they look for marketing, they're looking for results. So if they hire you as a marketing agency, they just want to get more leads and more clients. And the only way you're really going to help your clients to get that result is to actually spend time and energy into them and actually helping them. So the idea of SaaS is good, because you can just sell the software, and then the idea is that you can just sell them the software, and then you can just do that, and they're going to be fine. But that's not the case, because they want help with you, they want to jump on calls with you. And if you're going to scale that model, you might need like 100 clients or 200 or 500 clients or whatever it might be, and you have to provide each and every single one of them with a ton of time and effort and so forth. Because we sold the SaaS software, and we also did a perk that, we're going to help you to set up the SaaS. You get the software for $500 a month, and we're going to set up a campaign for you, and you get that as an extra. And that's the offer, like a no-brainer offer. And a ton of people bought it, but then the ads start to run, and then, they want to change something, or, they need to relaunch it, and they have no idea how to do it. So they get to us and like, now we need your help, et cetera, right? So we kind of steered away from only selling the SaaS. So what we do now is that we have our high ticket offer. We focus on the like SMMA. We have that as a thing. We're finding our clients that are bigger, that we can work with, that we can scale with. And then what we use the SaaS for is like a downsell. So if you jump on a call with somebody and they don't want to buy or whatever it might be, then we can offer the SaaS as like a downsell, basically. So that's basically how we use it. But the reason why I like the SaaS as well is that we can resell the Twilio on the Mailgun. So you can sell that with a markup. We don't have like a big markup. I don't think we have a markup on that, but instead of you paying for their text and their emails and so on and so forth, when you have the SaaS plan, they actually pay for it themselves, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's a really cool thing that High Level does. It's just, I much rather have fewer clients pay me more than having a ton of clients paying little. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna just add on to that. It's interesting because it's it's a low barrier kind of thing, and so people are more interested. It's like, oh, I can just learn all this stuff and do it myself for $297 a month, $497 a month kind of thing. But at the end of the day, like you're saying, Max, like it's a software, and you have to, the whole point of it is to be able to have that support. Yeah. And if you can't facilitate, basically tech support for a software company, for tens, if not hundreds of people, or have a team that can do it, it's gonna be, you might be finding that you're biting off a little bit more than you can chew. So I would say just keep that in mind. I think that's why the higher ticket kind of is a lot easier to build a system around versus trying to sell people on 297, 497 plans and then having to do 5x the work, because you have to, they don't know how to log in, and they're contacting you about how to set up an automation, and the text didn't fire, and all those kinds of different things. So yeah, it's a good model, but it's a lot more work than to scale than what people would initially think.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And same thing with Apex. It's a really cool idea, but even though if you like launch a campaign with one click, they might want to customize something. There's always going to be that support thing. So it's never going to be like fully automated, but yeah, it's a ton of cool softwares coming out, and I really like the SaaS like a downsell. That's what I like about it. So if they don't buy the higher ticket plan, you can like downsell it to $500 a month, and you can tell me, hey, we can help you to set up the an initial campaign, and you get the software and all of the automations for $500, and you can help them with that as a downsell if they don't buy the high ticket offer, essentially. Yeah. All right. Anything else? How many people do we have here this week that made a sell this week? It's Cam and Hars as well, right? Or how many people?
Yeah, and me too.
Yeah, and you too, Luca.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything to share, like regarding a sales call or an objection or anything, like a lesson that you learned? Or it doesn't have to be like you guys made a sell, but anybody.
Yeah,
On a sales call.
I have something, a tip for people who have no testimonials or case studies. I don't know if it's okay for you, but a client asked me about my experience, and I was honest to him and told him that I don't have any case studies, but I have a coach from Sweden, a very big agency, and I just told him that you coach me and that you help me with the campaigns, and then I told him that you have very big results with very big companies. And after I told him that, he was like a little bit even surprised, and yeah, so I handled the objection that way.
Oh, that's funny. That's a creative way to do it, though.
I like that idea.
Is it okay for you when I say this on my sales calls?
Yeah, for sure. I had actually was somebody else who was like, he asked me if he could utilize my case studies, and I was like, no, that's not going to work, right? You have to create your own case studies and results. But of course, you can tell, that you're like in a group or whatever people, and like you're learning from somebody else in the roofing industry, and that's completely fine, for sure. And I have like a service, how I do my service delivery for roofers. Have you watched that video?
Of course, I've noted everything.
All right, that's good.
Max, do you offer coaching by any chance? Just a quick question. Or are you going to in the future?
I don't right now, and I don't think that you mean like a separate coaching or whatever?
Yeah.
I have plans for this coming year. I don't want to mention too much about it, but I don't have in the plans to do like separate coaching. But the plan right now is just to kind of get people through the free course, as many people as possible, to make like $10,000 per month, and then kind of get people on those calls. But then if there's any one of you guys who have like a specific question you want to ask or something, we can just jump on a 30-minute call or whatever. I'm not going to charge any dollars for that. So
I respect that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You should definitely do like a mastermind group for the most successful people from the
100%.
course.
That would be a sick idea. I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be pretty cool.
But like an NFT project maybe, or something like that. You should definitely do that.
Hey, I'm never invested in an NFT again. I've lost too much money in that shit.
No, if you're gonna do crypto, it's probably better to stay with the safer stuff, right? With the Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff. But on that, here's the thing, we're so early into this, I'm literally like 78 days or something into this free course stuff. So it's very, very early, and I just want to get started now, continue the momentum in 2023. I have a ton of plans for next year. I'm not gonna tell too much about it, but I have a ton of cool stuff coming. And I understand that as the community grows bigger and as the group grows bigger as well, it's going to be literally tens of thousands of people in there. And it will be really cool to have a community for the people who are more further ahead on the journey and want to have a smaller community with more people who are actually making sales and actually going for it. So that is coming. But I'm just going to continue with the momentum that we're on right now and keep this group, this free Q&A calls for the more serious people, but there's going to be some good stuff coming up in next year, essentially.
Hey, but I mean, you're getting a lot of people coming through the course. Aren't you the 4th highest Go High level affiliate now? You're number 4 or something like that.
Number 3. And here's
you're number 3 now. Good shit.
They haven't come out with it for, but here's the thing as well, right? That was for October. I became number 3, and that was my first month. And I woke up that morning. I was like, yeah, I thought it was weird that I was number 3. And I thought people were basically making more, to be honest, on that list. But yeah, it's pretty weird. It's gonna be fun though. And also what I want to utilize the money that I make from this affiliate as well is that I want to give back. I really like the Mr. Beast model to basically give back, not only like your knowledge and stuff, but money as well.
Yeah.
Kind of create, just kind of growth hack it and grow it as big as possible. So it's going to be a fun year next year.
I agree. I'm going to drop out of college next year. January.
You have decided to do that now?
Yeah.
Have you talked to your parents as well, or do they have a say? Or no? Okay.
I mean, I've kind of said it, but they're just like, oh, it doesn't matter what we say because you're going to do it anyway. I was like, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but it'll pay off. I know it will, so it's all good.
Yeah, burning your ships, right? It's like there's no going back after that. So
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one really that I know in real life that's kind of like-minded as well. So when I'm at college, I'm not surrounded by anything but. I mean, I'm not saying I need to talk about business 24 hours a day, but I mean, it's kind of just don't align with my views now, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cool. Same here with me, man. That's why I've already made the decision to drop out. So it's not like drop out because I'm gonna finish with my 12th grade, but I'm just not gonna focus on exams and stuff. I'm just gonna get 30 or 40% to just pass.
Yeah,
probably.
That's what I was considering.
So I'm not studying anymore. Yeah.
But obviously, someone posted that automated bot or whatever it is, and I was like, "That's genius." I've got an assignment due very soon, so I mean, I'm going to test that out.
Yeah, like an AI writer, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. Do you think it would work? Actually, I think it might work for articles because I actually have like a client that I write articles for. I could potentially use it in that as well. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just tried Chat GTP of OpenAI last week, and it was making me email scripts for outreach, and I was shocked.
Are they high? Are they high quality?
Honestly. Yeah, I mean, they're decent, to be honest, not high quality, I would say, but I guess in a couple of years they might become high quality too.
Yeah, there's a website called Jarvis as well that you guys can check out.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I tested it when it was completely new. I haven't used it in a while, but yeah, Luis, do you have a question?
Yeah, I actually 2 things I wanted to say. Actually, now a third, since you mentioned the AI. I had a assignment I just didn't know about, and then I had to interpret a painting and sort of break it down to a sort of semiotic analysis on it, and I told OpenAI's chat thing to do it, and it gave a full report on the interpretation of the Great Wave of Kanagawa or something, and it was really good. And then I looked it up because there was a part where it was incomplete, so I looked it up. I was like, all right, maybe this guy this AI got it from a website or something. I could not find anything like that interpretation.
Yeah, it's not plagiarized at all, apparently. So
yeah, dude, it was mad.
That's a savior, literally a savior.
Oh man, I got good marks on that one. The 2 things I originally raised my hand for was one, actually, dude, I wanted to say it last week, but I didn't get the chance to. But I love the new beardless style.
Yeah, you like it?
Man.
Yeah. I said it last week. It's more it's a slappable face. I'm still getting used to it. People looks like a fucking baby, but
I looked at you like, dude, this guy's 10 years younger now.
Yeah.
Fresh.
No, I like it. I'm testing it out a bit. I'll see what happens. I kind of like the
beard. No, it looks good. It looks good. And
appreciate it.
Another thing I wanted to know, it was so I mean, this whole thing, doing calls, recording videos, making all the templates. I mean, this whole thing must have been a lot of work. I was just wondering, why did you do all this, and when did you start thinking about making this free course?
Yes, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it was a lot of work. I started it. I think I did everything in 5 weeks or 4 weeks or something like that. I literally just worked pretty much day and night, but I had all in my head, so it was pretty easy to do, pretty quick to do. I did a presentation, I recorded, then the next one. But the reason why I did it was because I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to go down that route. And I actually started, I joined Ali Abdal. Maybe you know who that is, a YouTuber, basically teach people how to start a course. I joined his course just for the fun of it. And I started to play around with ideas with him, kind of like, what should I do? What type of YouTube channel should I do? Yada, yada, yada. And he was basically the one that told me about, yeah, you have the skill about like the social media marketing agencies to do something about that, but you should like brand it in a different way. So he was like, you should call like an SMMA or something, like a super niche marketing agency. So
It's genius.
So that stuff basically comes from him. And then when I started to do content, I was like, okay, I'm just going to share as much as I possibly can, like just give away pretty much everything. And then I was like, okay, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well just do a course. And then I got influenced, like, instead of having bunch of varied videos, I might just do a course where I'd like lay it out step by step instead. And then I started to create like a plan and a system around it, kind of how I should do it. And I didn't want to have any paywall or anything, but just have it directly on my website. And then I just started to get to work, and then it just kind of progressed from there, essentially. Yeah. And then I started to, you know, the high level thing in there as well, you know, I could utilize that. And then I just basically just built it. And yeah, that's basically the story of it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Finally, we finally got the origin story for the SMMA.
Yeah, exactly. It's Ali Abdal is the naming guy behind it. It's actually a really nice guy. I talked to I had to pay him like 5K or whatever to jump on a call with him, but
Fuck.
or the core. But
Hey, was it worth it though? I bet he made a lot more money from, you know, that though, I suppose.
Yeah, like, yeah, the course was really good. He had like a separate group, and he did like weekly calls, and you could join his like executive program, and you paid some more, you could talk to him directly. And yeah, it was definitely worth it. He's a great guy, spending a ton of time into that course as well. And I think he's making some money as well, like 5 million a year or whatever. So it's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Quick question, Max. This is quite a personal question. Obviously, I don't know if you're going to be willing to answer this, but you know, I was just wondering, how many clients do you have at the minute, and on average, how much are you making a month from from your agency?
Yeah, so we're making, this past month we did 53 after like so like in total from some other stuff as well regarding the agency, we're like close to like 58 or something like that, but we're not spending too much money into ads, so it's like around 50K in profit. But that's basically it. And we have close to, right now it's like 23 or 24 clients. I want to get the agency up next year to, what is it, like 85K a month or something like that. I want to take it to 1 million a year. I don't want to go farther than that. And that's mostly because it just sounds nice. It would be really cool to teach other people, to like help them to go to $1 million per year as well.
Yeah.
So not 1 million per month, but $1 million per year. And that is like 85K per month or something like that. Honestly, I would much rather just keep the agency at around 50. It's like a comfortable place. I don't want to scale it too big, because it's like doing a service-based business and a social media marketing agency. It can be quite stressful at times. You know, it can be pretty cool at times. You're getting great results, but then, you know, it's back to school, or the market changes, and, you know, people are relying upon you on your marketing. So I don't want to grow my agency too big. I don't want to make like multiple hundreds of thousands a month, but I want to keep it on like 50. I think that's good, but potentially do a push now next year to like 85 or something like that, and then keep it there. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're doing well, very well.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And basically, is all of that kind of outsourced onto other people in your agency, or do you still have like a big part in a lot of the service delivery? I assume not, but
I do a lot of the service delivery still, actually, and I do a lot of the communication. So basically how my agency is set up right now is that we're a small team of basically friends. They have our copywriter, Gary, he's basically in the UK, and he's basically doing his own work, but we're providing him with a lot of work as well. But then for like Henrik, for example, and the other two guys, they're also doing their own things, but we have like a small mastermind where we basically just help each other out. And then I have like a media buyer who I'm basically just do this, and they just kind of manage it and keep it up to date. But I'm doing a lot of that myself still today. Like, yeah. So
cool. Thank you.
Yeah. But also it's pretty simple, because if you do just one niche and one service, then it's like just copy paste essentially. So,
Yeah, I suppose so.
yeah.
I think obviously I've been looking into that UpHex as well. Obviously nowhere near for me at the minute, but you know, potentially as I scale up further, I think it's a great way to kind of automate the entire process and linking it with Go High Level as well. But
yeah, I really like the idea of it. The only like problem I see with it is that it's not as easy as just automate a thing, because there's always going to be custom solutions to everything and so on and so forth. And I think they only do for the Facebook lead forms now as well. So for example, when we want to do a separate landing page, you know, I don't know if that's going to work, or, you know, stuff like that.
right.
But we've started to test a little bit with the Facebook lead forms now as well. And we have some clients like actually getting some good results from it. So it's, yeah, who knows?
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the November data also just came out, and I just saw that you're still the 4th largest affiliate for Go High Level.
Did it come out today?
I think yesterday.
Really? I didn't see
Yeah.
that. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm down to 4 now then, from 3.
Yeah. I thought it was 4 because I saw it on Thomas Connett's story or something like that.
All right. I haven't checked it.
Max, have you
Yep.
like I was gonna ask whether you've ever thought of like selling your agency and starting a new one in a new niche for like a breath of fresh air. But since you mentioned you work with pretty much your friends, I would imagine the answer is no. And then another question came up. Have you ever thought of doing like a challenge of making like an agency and trying to scale a completely different niche and then scaling it up as fast as possible to 10K per month or something?
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I haven't thought about that. And I haven't thought about like, I don't think I'm going to sell the agency neither. I actually got a guy DM me quite like a month or 2 ago, asked about like if I would consider selling home service. And I didn't even respond to it. It's like the first one I got. I don't know, because it was a guy like an investor in the home service space or whatever. But I don't know how it would work to sell an agency, because it's so like, I guess it would work, but no, I haven't really given that any thought at all. So I can't give you a good answer for it neither. But then doing like it would be cool to do a challenge for sure, like going into a completely new niche, learning about that niche. I'm not sure I would do it though, because it's going to be time consuming, and I feel like I can spend my time better into like other stuff. But that's kind of why I think it's so cool to follow you guys as well, kind of see how you do it. And so I do kind of experience that anyways through other people. That's kind of the plan.
I was gonna say it would make a great YouTube video.
Yeah, it would. It definitely would. Didn't like Grant Cardone do something like that, you know, like
from broke to homeless to billionaire, something like I've seen that. It's like a documentary.
Yeah, like Samuel. I think there's a YouTuber called Samuel Leeds that he does that a lot as well. Sort of buying a house without like starting with nothing in a random place in the world. Yeah. No, like people are starting like, it's pretty fun to like dive into the YouTube thing a little bit. It's like the first time I do that, but you start to understand more and more, like, or you start to get more aware of what people want to watch, and people really like to watch the real stuff, I guess, like something unique that somebody else haven't done before, and like real results that you can prove and so on and so forth. But yeah, that would be a cool idea. Transformation thing. Luca.
As you've already mentioned that, as you've already mentioned that you don't want to scale above 50K, like you're not interested. Is it related to the processes or something, or is it just that you're not interested? Like if certain things were different in this world, would you like to scale up to like maybe 200K or plus above that?
It's just different business model, right? So like if you're going to scale an agency above X amount of dollars, then you need to like hire more people, and you need to learn how to manage people and stuff like that. And a lot of people are doing that, like running agencies, making like $300,000, $400,000 or $500,000 per month, and they have a small team and they're great at it. My take on it, like my personal philosophy is more so I want to make money and then basically start to invest more and more money. So set up my investments and kind of play that game. That's kind of what I want to do. And I honestly believe, and I will probably do until the day that I die as well, that like starting a service-based business is like the best business that you can start to make money, like grow to like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K or whatever per month. But then once you get there, you start to see that there are other things that you can dive into as well, and that you can dabble with and so on and so forth. So I've just personally decided that I don't want to go the route to continue to scale my agency, but I want to like keep my agency kind of 50 or 85 kind of that range, and then start to explore some other revenue generating activities as well on the side, and then just pour everything into investments essentially and grow that over time. So.
All right. And are you like big on stocks and index funds or real estate or something else?
Yeah, so I do right now. I just do like simple index funds and put money into that. But I'm working also with a coach that I'm paying quite a bit of money. I'm basically working with him, and he's a lot like big into real estate and also crypto a little bit. So my plan now, starting next year, is going to be to put more money into like different index funds, the S&P 500 and some more world funds, and kind of diversify that, but also save up some money to buy some more real estate potentially, and then dabble into the crypto stuff as well. I'm looking into.
All right. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, no worries. All right, Bassi, let's do Bassi.
Hey, Max.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, man. All right, so Max, my question is, so I've gotten to the stage where I kind of get response now from my Instagram outreach. So I send the VSL link and also a link to my calendar.
Yeah.
But they don't get back to me. So I was thinking, do you recommend I send just my calendar link?
Like instead of sending the VSL, you mean?
Yeah, just the calendar.
It depends. Like if you're, let's say you do cold calling, you talk to somebody and they are interested, I would send them, I guess you can send them the VSL link as well, but I would just go for the calendar link then, to just get them on the call and then do the presentation for them on the call instead of like having them to watch a video. However, if you do on organic outreach, and then you kind of message them and tell them that you have like a video or something like that they can learn more. And if they rather watch a video, I would just send them the video. If not, I would try to like get them on a quick call and then book a call immediately. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And also, do you recommend I do like cold calling for online personal trainers? Because I don't know if I should do that.
If you do it for what type of entrepreneur, you said?
Online personal trainers.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, you can definitely do that, but I think they're big into social media as well. So I know last week we talked about like the golf trainers and so on and so forth. I'm sure they're utilizing Instagram, and personal trainers definitely do. So I would definitely utilize like Instagram and like Loom videos or something like that. I've done a ton of Loom videos. Normally works really, really good. But I'm sure you can do cold calling as well.
Yeah, I've actually, sorry to put in, but I've actually done cold calling for personal trainers and coaches before. I was doing a lot of email and Instagram, but if they're well established on Instagram, it's kind of hard to get to them.
Yeah.
But if you do and you come at it with a new approach that's kind of different, then you can definitely get recognized. But in regards to cold calling, I was finding I was reaching a lot more people, but I was actually booking a lot more calls with cold calling, like personal coaches, personal trainers, but they wasn't as established, so they potentially didn't have like a big social media following. But every now and again, like I remember when I was doing personal trainers, I was cold calling. This was like the first time I ever cold called, and I was calling, and I booked this guy in for a call, and then after I checked out his Facebook, and he had 2 million followers or some shit, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I didn't get a response to him after that. He never showed up to the call, but still, like, just do some background information into their socials, if you were to book a call or something.
Okay. How did you cold call for online personal trainers? Like, how do you get their number?
So I'd go on Google Maps and I'd type in like, personal trainers in XYZ location. Then I'd just scrape them from Google Maps, put them in a sheet, and just go down and call them.
Okay. Thanks, man.
No worries.
All right, Luca.
So I don't exactly know how to ask this question, but I'm going to try my best because my thoughts are in German. But so what I recognized is that many people who are like successful in this SSMA space or general entrepreneurs are like they have a little bit like an mental illness. So I personally, my family and my friends and people around me ask me why I'm working so hard, why I'm just like waking up at 6 a.m. 12 hours in front of the PC. And I was journaling and thinking about it, and I came to the conclusion that I do all of this stuff from a place of insecurities, which I have like from earlier on. And I'm a very insecure person, and I always want to better myself, and I'm never good enough. And I just wanted to ask you if you're like similar, and if you like see patterns in this. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think all men are like having something like that, right? You have a girl or whatever, you get your heart broken, you get some insecurities or whatever now happens, right? And I think I think everybody goes through that. You want to prove, like, I think in every man like want to conquer, want to do stuff. It's kind of in us that we want to constantly progress or do something new. And I know that you do a lot of, like, you work a lot in the gym as well, Luca, right? I think I saw like on your Instagram or whatever that you're working a lot, and Will is working out a lot as well, and Cameron, and you know, you constantly try to challenge ourselves and so on and so forth. And the same goes for the business as well. So I don't know.
I
It's
completely agree with that, because it's like, even like the stupidest things. So say, for example, you know, girls broke your heart or something. You kind of like, even though you don't really care about them anymore, when the feelings kind of go away, you're still kind of like in the back of your head, like, oh, I can't be asked to go to the gym. Oh, I want to be better than the other people that could potentially be getting with her or something like that. It's just that competitive nature. That's what I find.
Yeah, and especially when you're young, or when I was young, like, you know, you didn't know better, and like, and then you learn over time kind of how to handle it and stuff. Now you have internet, you can learn so much from different people, so that's a big perk, I feel like. But yeah, I appreciate you sharing that regarding insecurities. I think a lot of people feel that you're constantly trying to like make yourself better and whatever, because of whatever reason it now would be.
Yeah, but on the one hand, I know that I'm like I'm doing great for my age. I'm in good shape. I do a lot of self-improvement stuff. But on the other hand, I always feel like not good enough. And it's like, I know that I'm not better than other people in my age, but that I'm doing good. But on the other hand, I'm always doing not good enough. It's really like, it's fucking my mind a little bit, but that's it.
Like when you go to sleep, like, oh, sorry, Max. I was gonna say, like, when you go to sleep at night, like, you just constantly think, like, did I really work hard enough today? And it's like, when I was watching, like, and doing the course, going through Go High Level and all that, there was days when I was eating like one time a day and just staying on the computer because I was just so motivated, and I could not stop, other than like go to the gym, have like a brain reset, come back fully minded and all that. Like, that's what it was bad for me, but like now I'm slowly like starting to get into it. Like like before I hopped on the call, I made some eggs and whatnot, got everything in my system, and then after this call I'm going to the gym, and then coming back and, you know, doing as much as I can to pretty much just get more names and whatnot to call on Monday. But yeah, it's even on them off days, like on Sunday, I just feel like I should be doing something.
Yeah. I personally get like down almost if I'm not doing enough work, essentially. If I feel like I'm slacking off, I start to get like super weary or whatever. It's like an idle mind is the devil's workshop, is a saying, right? If you don't know, kind of, yeah, it's so true for me. If I don't know what I'm working towards, I'm starting to get, oh, maybe I should do this or whatever. So that's why it's so important to have like a long-term plan and only put your energy towards that, essentially, too.
Yeah, and these calls help too, because it kind of like keeps you in check and like makes you realize like where you're at and where your goals, like, make you not forget where your goals are.
Yeah, that's what really cool what Cameron is doing. Like at the end of every single call so far, he said like, next week I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 days. And you've actually been doing it so far as well. So it's good to have like put some pressure on yourself.
I mean, I've kind of, if you don't mind me interrupting, I've basically put for next week, if I don't book 20 meetings Monday to Friday next week, I'll run 10K with my shirt off by 5 a.m. Saturday morning. And it's freezing, it's fucking cold in the UK at the minute. It's cold. But yeah, I'll run 10K with my shirt off by 5 a.m. Saturday morning and bank transfer my mother £100 by 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon. It's very peculiar, but it puts pressure on me. So
No, that's a good one because I set like I just recently started setting like goals, but like yeah, maybe I should do that like where next week if I don't get this done, I have to do something excruciating.
I literally just started implementing that yesterday. I mean, properly anyway, because what I did notice when I was initially going through your course, Max, and before that as well, I was working a lot. But then, say, for example, I was hungry, I would just get some unhealthy food out the cupboard, for example. And I've kind of realized, kind of took a step back. All that does is kind of, it might save me time and give me more time to work, but it's just giving me more brain fog. Health is more important than anything, pretty much. If you don't have health, there's no point having money. So in my opinion, taking that time to actually cook nutritious food, putting the right stuff in your body is way more important than making money. So that's why I've kind of set aside some time every day for that now.
And like literally the most important thing that I feel like that I'm talking about in the course is the part where you're setting aside time every single day and thinking that you're doing like 30 minutes in the morning and like an hour or 30 minutes at the night. Because if you're constantly working and you never zoom out and kind of have a system in place or a plan in place that that you can work on 1, 2, or 3 years, if you don't have that, then you're just gonna, if you don't have one long-term plan that you're working to kind of fulfill, then you're just going to create multiple short-term plans that you're just going to run in circles essentially. And if you run your business and if you're owner of your business, you must have that plan. So just like zoom out like at least twice per day or once per day and just do some thinking essentially. It sounds boring, but yeah, it's super important.
I was facing like the opposite issue. Like I would look at people like you guys and think, oh man, I wish I was like that. And because I was really lazy. And that began to change as I like started gaining momentum. And actually, so I'm Catholic, so I can't work on Sundays. And like I had gotten to a certain point where when I didn't work on Sundays, when like my family was doing stuff, like I was just like, what am I going to do? Like I put on Netflix and I was just doing nothing, like waiting. And I felt so miserable. I was like, oh, so this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like a this like big train, like steam engine train. When you get momentum, it's like asking for fuel. If you don't put fuel in, like it sort of gets starved almost. And it's like, what do I do now? And oh man, I'm beginning to really feel that. I'm not exactly at the point where like where you guys are at, but I'm getting there, and I'm feeling that stress of like not doing enough and wanting to do more and fit more stuff into the day. And it's a really interesting experience.
Yeah, it is. And then yes, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's just like, especially if you're cold calling, like you can only call at a certain time, and like towards the night, like if the day doesn't go as well and I don't get as many calls out, I just get so mad at myself. Even like if I'm just like taking a couple minutes, I'm like, man, like I just get so mad at myself. It's like a sickness.
It is. It's weird. It's really weird. It's kind of, you go from like kind of having to push yourself to work to kind of pushing yourself to kind of step back and realize like, it's weird because you realize like, I think I'm doing not enough at all. Like today, I set aside all day. I've been creating a plan of everything. I've been doing a lot of reading of some habits that I need to kind of knuckle down on, been putting, punishments in place and long-term goals and kind of an entire to-do list for the next week pretty much. And I still feel like unproductive. I'm like, even though this is contributing towards my health, it's like I'm not moving the needle in the business, which is kind of pissing me off. But I just need to, it's weird. You kind of just need to analyze what you're doing and realize, we've got time, but we should also try get there as quick as possible, but we've also got time. It's weird, but yeah.
You just got to find the happy medium.
Yeah, 100%. And you don't want to get burnt out as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced burnout, Max?
At the very, very early stages, when I got hired by my mentor, I got kind of burned out because I wanted to like I worked for him for free for 6 months when this was back in like 2014 or whatever. But then I started to get like pains in my lower arms and shit. And I went to the doctor and he was like, how much are you working? I was like, I don't know, all the time. I still do, but I was constantly thinking about it. And now I don't do as much. But also regarding momentum, what is fun about momentum? Because we talk about it, it's like a train and it goes and it's so easy to work. And like the days feels like so short, like you start early in the morning and then it's night and then you have to go to sleep and fuck, you don't want to do that. But also a thing about momentum is that you can kill momentum as well. So I got sick now, for example, right? I got super sick. I got the like 2 weeks ago or whatever. I worked through it, but I definitely lost the momentum. And then you need to like have systems in place to kind of get back to that momentum as well. So when you're in the momentum, it's super duper easy. But if you lose it, that you definitely can do, then you need to have some long-term plans and systems again in place so that you can get back to it again, essentially. So that's why I tell people to ride the wave as well. If you have a win, it's like, yeah, just go for it now. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Because you're riding that success wave or whatever. Then you might have a slump. And yeah.
I think once you're closing like the first deal is kind of like the most difficult part, because then you kind of build like a reputation for yourself. You kind of feel like you can do it because you've already done it. And then there's not that element of massive like desperation as well. So you're not like, oh, you know, what about if I do this, and you're not kind of complying by their rules, you're complying by yours. And if they leave, then, you know, you don't really care as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but what
course.
happened with me
Yeah.
is that I prepared a lot for the presentation and all of that. And yeah, I was super nervous also, but not that much. But yeah, I was nervous. But during the presentation, I didn't even like share my screen to show the presentation. The guy just agreed after we talked about it a little bit. So it didn't feel quite an achievement, honestly, even though we closed it. That's what happened actually. Anyways, what I wanted to share is that like an outreach method that has worked quite good for me is that you might already know this a lot about it, but what I did was like hey, name, and then personalized first line, and after that a voice message on Instagram, because it makes people curious to check out what I'm about to say, and I have a compliment about that. So you know, people are more curious. So that has actually worked great for me this week.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. It's quick to do as well, and it's get more personalized by doing a voice message because they know it's from you as well. It's not copy pasting. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about the text pitch that I talked about last week. Can I share my screen and show you the new pitch that I made and the improvement that I can make in that?
Yeah, sure. And I think you was about to say something as well, right?
No, I was just going to talk about something else that I'm kind of testing out. Another outreach, which is anyone using kind of the Go high level workflows to do cold outreach, to like systemize their outreach to businesses in their niche?
Nope.
No, well, I've kind of been putting together like a workflow that kind of systemizes the SMS outreach. And I saw success with it last week, and I've changed it up. I've made the pitch in the first message, so I'm going to test it out, and obviously I'll get back to everyone on Saturday, see how that goes. But
cool.
Yeah,
if it works,
I
you
actually
do like
tried
a
it
YouTube
once.
video and get some clout as well.
100%. That's the plan.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I actually tried kind of similar thing last week. What I did was like I imported like 50 contacts from Google and then entered into Go high level and then text blasted them with like the same message, but it didn't work quite as well with me.
Yeah.
The
Cool.
response rate was very low. Like I guess 2 people replied from 50. So yeah.
What, from SMS?
Yeah, from Go high
Yeah.
level.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, I've got this app on my phone that I paid £50 a month for. I got it ages ago, which is SMS, and I've been booking quite a lot of calls for it. I haven't been doing it the past week because I've had a bit of time, so I've been cold calling. But you know, if you're in lesson or you know if you're at work, systemize a workflow. You know, send out some outreach, and probably get quite a few calls booked through it.
Hey, can you see the screen, Max?
Yep.
So this is quite a straightforward script. I've made it very short and to the point. So can you just review it and give your suggestions?
Yeah. So I would let's see if I can. Just a quick thing. I wouldn't do it like my name is. I would just say like I would just do like your name at the end, like you know. So I would just to get to the point quicker. I would not say my name is. I would much rather just say, hey, name, personalized first line, and compliment as well. So I would do both a compliment and a first line. Then I would say, like, we help dog daycares. Yeah, we help, basically your pitch, right? So we help, basically what you're saying now is, my name is Harsh and I actually work with dog daycares and get you at least 10 guaranteed customers every month with our unique marketing system. We offer 100% ROI guarantee and also full money back guarantee. I like that. If you're not profitable with us, do you have some time to talk about this week? Yeah, it's a lot better than the last one. I would, again, see if I can annotate. I would remove, and like, you know, I don't have like all of the answer rights, but I would, because when I'm reading this, and if I'm a potential customer or prospect, I don't really care who you are, especially if it's a cold message. So I would much rather, I want to read like the juicy stuff first. And I like this because this is about me. If you have a personalized first line here and you're like giving me a compliment that I honestly care about, then I'm automatically going to like you more here. So I like that, but don't make it too long. And then basically your whole idea with this part, with your pitch, is to pitch me something. I don't know why I did that thing there, but basically this part here is you basically just want to offer me something that I really, really want. And obviously, if you can give me 10 customers per month, and that is guaranteed, and you have a risk reversal, like an ROI guarantee and money back guarantee, that's really good, obviously. And then do you have some time to talk about this week? Yeah, I would just separate this to a new like line here, like a separate question here at the end, to kind of break it out, if that makes sense. So I have that. And then, yeah, so you can remove this, my name is Harsh, as well. I would just say we help. So if you remove, so you can say like we help dog daycares. And also, yeah, and also, like, I'm not perfect with the grammar, right? But I think you can improve this grammar a bit. So I would use like Grammarly.com and just kind of copy paste it into a website called Grammarly and just make sure that you kind of get the grammar 100% right. But we help that we can get you. Yeah, we help. So yeah, the pitch, basically we help dog daycare centers get 10 customers per week, or you don't pay us, or something like that. Super quick, super simple. We
Do you
help.
mind if I?
Yeah, please.
Is that all right? If I'd give him some
Yes,
advice?
please. Yep.
So I'd say like something like, you know, we help dog daycares get the bare minimum of 10 guaranteed customers every month, and you only pay us if we do.
Yeah.
And then say, you know, so hypothetically, if we get you nine customers in the first 30 days, you don't have to pay us, and you can keep those 9 customers completely free. How does that sound? You know, something like that.
Yeah. And then the risk reversal on top of that, or you bake it in there. But yeah, I like that a lot. Like short and easy to understand. I like that, you know, we give you this or you don't pay, or something like that, as Cam said as well.
Max, I want to say something, right?
Yep.
So there's this other script I've been using on IG, on Instagram, right? It's been working for me. So can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so I kind of like try to make them reply first, maybe like.
Oh, we lost him. All right.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Does this sound like look good? And maybe I can add, like, hypothetically, like Cam said, if we get you 9 customers, you can keep those customers for free after this.
Yeah. Yeah, Cam had some really good lines. Like you can rewatch kind of the replay as well if you want to listen to exactly how he stated it. But I like this better. Like it's more to the point, like, right? Because they're just going to open up this email and you really want to catch their attention. And a really easy way to catch their attention and get them to like you is to have some type of personalized first line and a genuine like compliment about something. And then you just want to get to the point as quickly as possible and make sure that they understand that, you know, that you have like a no-brainer offer or a really, really good offer with a risk reversal or something.
I mean,
like that.
when I was doing copywriting, it was like I was testing a lot of outreach all the time. And I kind of thought like, I literally went through doing like, it was like a 700-word outreach email, and it was
Yeah.
about Pablo Escobar. It was a story about how Pablo Escobar changed one small thing and how I could change one small thing in their business.
Yeah.
So just this long bullshit story about how I could change. I got 0 replies.
Yeah.
Like literally none. And the same with this other FBI one. It's like, oh, the FBI come to my house because they heard I was blasting your content on my speaker and it was just so amazing, or something like this. But you know,
Yeah.
if you literally, I saw so much better success with, hi, I'm actually, you know, I kind of just, when you're up front and you cut the bullshit. Same with cold calling. So, you know, if you, instead of going, hi, I'm from XYZ agency, how are you today? Just like, would you hate me if I told you I was calling to pitch you something? You know, just get straight to the point, and you're so much more likely to get responses. That's what I've found
Yeah.
anyway, from my personal experience.
Yeah, and agree 100%. And also here, what I would recommend here is, and what you said as well, like Cameron England or Cameron England. My brain is lagging out now. Basically the moral of your story that you just said regarding the long message is that it's too long, right? People, they don't have time to read that. They can't be bothered, and it's not personalized and so on and so forth. So it's better just to have it short and to the point. And also here, what you're asking for here, I would try to minimize this as much as you can. So right now you're asking for a call. Maybe ask them for, you know, something even less than that. For example, just like reply with a yes or something, and I can send you some more information, or just something super simple that literally takes them 1 second to do. So they can just reply with a yes, and you can send them a loom or something like that, just to kind of start the conversation.
I mean, I
would
guess
try
like
as well.
that does sound good, but like if I write like a reply with a yes, it kind of seems to me like it is like a cold message, like a text blast kind of thing. But what I can do is like, maybe can I write, are you open to it? Just
That's what I'd do, because you're kind of jumping straight to the conclusion that they'd be open to a call. I'd kind of ease them into that. So first qualify that they're interested in what you have to offer, and then if they are, then get them booked in for a call, or ask that question. So just be like, you know, do you think are you open for a chat, or do you think this is something that's worth chatting more about, or is that something you'd be interested in looking into? You know,
I will say, sorry, Cam, I didn't mean to cut you
No
off.
worries, man.
Another little nugget is like, it's easier for people to say no than it is for them to say yes. So for like, what my call to action is like, would you be opposed to, you know, hopping on a call? Would you be opposed to a quick chat? You know, then it'd be like, no. And it's like, okay, boom. And then you solidify it, right? So it's a lot easier for people to say no, because we're, as humans, used to saying no a lot. Especially people who are pitched to quite often. So I think that's really, really kind of a nice little tidbit there. So keep that in mind.
That's a cool advice, actually. You should try that.
Yeah, that's actually really great. Thanks, Liam.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, so I think this looks decent, and I might add like what Liam said at the end, like, are you opposed to it? And maybe I'll use this outreach method. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was using something like that before. It's definitely better because, you know, as you said, they feel more opposed to kind of say no than they do yes. But what I'm testing out at the minute, it's kind of just, I don't even know. I've never really used it before. I'm just using awesome. If you aren't too packed with meetings tomorrow, I'd love to set up a time to chat more about what I have to offer. Something like that.
Yeah,
because
also keeping it like less formal, you know, the formality kind of scares a lot of people away sometimes too. It's like, oh, I don't want to, you know, have to, you know, so sometimes people, you know, I've had people take calls just like on their phone in their car and stuff like that. It's like, you know, if you kind of take the formality away from it a little bit, granted, you want to garner their attention, actually make sure that they're listening to what you have to say, but, you know, kind of stripping away the formality a little bit helps to actually, you know, get results and make the call happen fast.
Yeah, and it definitely helps build a connection with them as well. If they actually know, you know, you're a real person, you've got a real life, you're not just some agency with, you know, 100 employees that are going to reply every 7 business days. You know, you kind of, I mean, I've built a connection with one of my clients at the minute, one that I'm writing the ads for. Well, I've been trying to do it on this call, but I've just been speaking to her about, you know, not necessarily just about business, but, you know, just about, just about life and the recession and things. But definitely, if you kind of give that personalization, even it just helps build a connection with people.
Cool.
Yeah, at the moment, what I'm trying to do is like the voice message outreach is working quite nice for me. What I'm thinking of doing is A/B testing these two things with like 100 DMs and testing what works better.
Yeah, and also regarding your messaging, like the most important thing, because I get pitched a lot in my email inbox right now, a ton of different things. And the most important thing is that you have something that they want. Because the structure you have right now in your outreach, I think that's great. The most important thing is that you have like the personalized first line and some compliment. That makes a big difference. But also that you have the way you word what you have to offer, play around with that as well. You know, right now you're mentioning, I don't remember exactly what you said, but if you're not getting good responses from this, I would keep everything the same, but I would just play around with the wording, how you pitch, what you do, and the offering, and so on and so forth.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, because they're only going to reply like if they like you from your personalized first line, and if you have something that they truly care about. And it can just be the difference of how you word it, and you have a no-brainer offer with a service money back guarantee and all of that. So yeah. All right, Bassi, we lost you.
Yeah, sorry about that. So I was gonna say that you should try and engage them a bit before you try to pitch them. Like for me, I find asking them questions like do you still take more clients for online personal trainers, trainings rather? Some of them they say yes, and then I get to pitch them. That way, they've already replied, they can't like stop replying me now.
Yeah.
Talk to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking about it because I saw Cam's video about like bait and switch, and that's what I was actually trying at first. Cam, do you think like should I try like a bait and switch or
I
like
can't
a
get
direct?
this. Sorry, I can't get this shocked face off my screen. Right. Anyway, yeah, that bait and switch method is really good. I've gotten a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I've had quite a lot. I think I've had about 10 to 15 people message me on Instagram and Discord, like saying that they're getting responses with it and it's kind of working, which is great. But I mean, either that. I mean, I'm kind of split testing that with like a straight up approach. So you know, hi, is this the best place for a question? Yes, pitch. But you know, it's all about testing, I suppose. You've got to test when you find something that's working, use it until it doesn't anymore. Then you know, adapt, I suppose. But yeah, definitely give it a try.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's been
I've
working
tried it
for me,
before,
yeah.
but like last week, Max told us that like if someone DMs him with like is this the best place for a question or something else, then he might not be interested because he has to reply. Then I'll answer it. So that's a lot of hassle back and forth.
It
Yeah.
is.
Okay. Why would you ask them if this is a good place for question when you can just like go ahead and ask them something that they might be interested in? For example, do you still take more clients for so and so?
I'll
That way
tell
they'll be
you.
like, yeah, they're not sure. Okay, go on.
I'll
Come.
tell you why. On Instagram, when you message someone, you go in their secondary inbox. So if you're pitching them and they see that immediately, they might just immediately kind of leave it. But if you go, hi, is this best place for a question, they're obviously going to answer that because they're probably going to assume it's for a consultation or something on the lines of business. Then you're in their primary inbox. So then when you message them with the pitch, it's going to pop up on their phone. So the likelihood of them reading that and responding is much higher. So that's why I do that specifically on Instagram. Kind of fluctuates. If it's SMS, hence why I'm going straight for the pitch on SMS, because obviously that goes directly to them and they get a pop-up. But that's the reasoning behind it. And really quickly, I've made this kind of a pattern for the past few weeks, but I just want to say what I plan to do next week. So I've never ran more than 5K before, so I'm going to run 10K, and I'm going to send a screenshot of Strava of me running 10K. And I'm going to do it with my shirt off just because fuck it, why not? And I'm also going to land another 2 clients next week.
Good stuff. So you're actually going to do the running. It's not like a punish thing, but you're actually going to do it no matter what. Or?
I'm just going to do it, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good stuff.
Yo.
Yeah, so man, I do understand what you're saying, but this is how I do mine. I kind of like follow them first and then get to comment. kind of like just comment something on their picture, and then something that would make them check their DM, the secondary box. Yeah, that's how I do it, and yeah, it's been working.
Do you mind if
Maybe
I ask what you comment? Is it like check your DMs? I've got a question, or
let me see. So something like hey John, question for you. Check your DM or send a DM message, something like that.
right? So hi name, check your DM. I've got a question. I've got a question. Is that what you said?
Yeah, or just question for you. Send a message. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Then they get to check.
I've got that written down to do that. So I marinate them like a few days before. So I'll follow them and like 3 of their posts. And I've said I was going to leave a comment on their post, but I keep forgetting to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't need to follow them for this. So this is what happened here. I used to do this a lot, but it wasn't for my business. Yeah. For example, yeah, when I didn't start my social media marketing agency, I used to do it a lot when I want to like talk to a girl on Instagram. So it's been working. Yeah, not until I didn't know it was good.
You're cutting out.
Until this video talking about that, was like, okay, well, if this works for girls, it's gonna work for my client as well. And yeah, it's been working.
Hey,
Yeah.
I respect it. I'm definitely going to give that a go. I mean, it's kind of reminded me that I need to comment on their posts as well. Because obviously that's giving them another notification on top of the likes, the follow, and the request in their inbox. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And again, the follow-up, yeah, I don't get to send them follow-up. I follow up on their post, like more comment on their post. That's how I do my follow-up.
You comment on their post again.
Yeah,
right.
For more follow-up, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, because it kind of creates that thing as well, right? If you comment on someone's photo and they have a ton of comments and people are replying to the comments, and then you're asking them a question regarding like, hey, I just sent you a message in the DM or something, then they're kind of, since you're asking that publicly, they kind of have to watch it and kind of should reply to it as well.
Yeah.
And then the chance is bigger that they're actually going to check it. So,
I mean, what niche are you in again? Is it Bassett? Is it Bassi or Basse? How do I pronounce it?
Yeah, Bassi.
Bassi, great. What niche are you in again? Are you still continuing with the golf coaches or?
I didn't get a meeting with the ladies, so I'm still in between online fitness trainers and the golf.
Right. So I mean, probably fitness trainers probably get a lot of comments, but obviously the niche I'm in, the comment sections are dead, which is kind of great. If I'm like the only one commenting, I'll kind of have the upper hand as well. So
good stuff. All right, we're like 2 hours and 50 minutes in, boys. I can say some more if you guys want to, but or do we feel like we're done for today, or do anybody else have something else to share or something to talk about, or should we call it for the week? Anybody else want to make an announcement for next week, like two clients or one client? Or?
Yeah, I want to say something, Max. So I want to ask, how would you recommend I do a partnership program with my my fitness trainer? Yeah, I'm not sure like he's got the money to like pay me right now, and I kind of need case study from him. So how do you recommend I partner up with him?
Like a partnership thing with your clients? You mean like a referral thing or something like that?
Yeah, but this is the guy that like kind of like put me through losing weight. My personal online trainer.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like if you can do something with him or her or?
Yeah, with him, like just to get case studies. Like he doesn't really have to pay me. So just to get
Yeah, like if you know the guy and you can just kind of test your waters with him and like apply the system to him and you do like a deal. If you know the guy already, it's going to be an easy sell, right? You can just do it because you want to help him as well. I do that with some of my friends as well from time to time. You just kind of help them for free because it's fun or whatever. So you can do that and ask for testimonial in return. That can actually be a great opportunity for you. If you can like help him with high level, let's say, help him with automation, help him to get some more clients. And if you do, you get a video testimonial from him. And then you can just tell him that if you want to continue to work together, then, he can start to pay you a little bit, and you can also do like a referral partnership with him. So if he know other personal trainers, let's say you charge $2,000 per month or $2,500, you can just tell him that if he brings you customers, you can pay him $500 per month from the clients that he brings you or something like that. So that could also be a big opportunity. Yeah. People really like that as well. Yeah. It's a great type of, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll try that this week.
Cool. Okay, Luca.
I just quickly wanted to ask about the challenge where we can win $1,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of how it works, or?
Yeah, when it's over, because I want to win, of course, but I have to sign some more clients because Cam is really like, he's really far ahead. And I just want to make sure how if I can win this.
Yeah, so how it works is that we started it basically like 3 weeks ago, and it ends now this week on Friday, essentially. Then I'm not going to do any Q&A calls the week after that because it's Christmas and then it's New Year's. We're going to relaunch it again like in January or whatever. And then we're just going to do a new contest or challenge every single month, essentially. It's going to be at least $1,000 every single month. That's for sure, but it might be increasing a little bit as we go as well. So we'll have to see. But it's basically just based on, I don't have any set rules, right? Like this is the first thing. It's more so, it's like, it's both. It can be transformation, somebody like doing week 5, like losing a ton of weight and like doing that thing, that can be a huge inspiration, or like but it's mostly like sales, right? Since it's an SMMA thing. So it's mostly going to be the biggest transformation in that aspect.
So Cam, how many clients do you have currently?
Right. Do you want me to give you the rundown? So bear with me. Let me get my CRM up just to. So I've got 2 currently. Well, no, I've got 4 signed. I've got 2 that are currently going through the onboarding process, and they'll have that sorted tomorrow. The other 2 are they've signed and we're getting it sorted. I think over the weekend or next week. And then I've got 3 other people who are booked in for second calls, so they're probably going to get closed. And then I've got 2 people that I've already had the second call with, who I'm waiting to get the go ahead from. Yeah,
it's gonna be tough to beat that. I think we have a winner already.
No, don't say that.
Basically, what I'm going to do next week, Cam, as well, is I'm going to reach out to a couple of people in the group that have made sales, and I'm just going to ask every single one kind of what the rundown is. So, yeah, I'm going to do that maybe on Wednesday or Thursday or something. And then I will announce the winner on Friday. So,
I'm actually having Christmas this Saturday, so it's a weird time, but my brother's going away on holiday.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
Cam, you mentioned a CRM. What are some good CRMs we could use? Like Cam, you could answer that too, Max as well.
You can go.
You mean
Max.
like CRMs for the agency and the clients and all of that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use High Level for everything. So I used to have Active Campaign before, but now I just use High Level for everything, for our clients and for myself as well. So yeah. And I assume you do that as well, right?
No, I use Notion.
You take notes in that for us. Yeah.
It's great, to be honest. I mean, if you just type in like agency CRM, and you'll be able to get a template. It's kind of like I've personalized it, so it's like lead, qualified lead, call booked, didn't turn up, after sales call, onboarding closed, long-term nurture. And then on there, I've got all my goals, my habit tracker, my work tracker, my meal plan, I've got all of that on there, and I kind of just check in on that every day and follow up with every lead that I need to follow up with, pretty much.
Yeah. I have like a sales tracking sheet as well. I think I shared that in the course as well, just a Google sheet where I just kind of keep track of the sales calls. But if you do organic outreach a lot, then like doing the organic tracking as well is huge. And then I guess you can do like a tracking sheet or use Notion as well. It's probably awesome as well.
Yeah, because it kind of gets confusing. When you're doing a lot of calls and there's a lot of people you need to follow up with, you kind of get like bombarded with people. So it's just important to kind of keep it organized, I've found.
Cool. All right. Yeah, Will.
So I was gonna say, were you gonna say something, Harsh?
No, you can go, Will. We can take Harsh.
I was gonna say, so for the challenge thing, I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna do 10 to 15 booked appointments, or I have to take cold showers for the rest of the year.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely. I've done it before. I absolutely hate it. So But and the other thing was I was gonna ask, so you said that the next Q&A meeting is on Friday, correct?
Yes, correct. I will update the calendar thing, and I will also update the Facebook group thing and send you guys an email as well before next Friday. So, do you get those emails, by the way? Like when I see
Yeah.
you? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. All right. So 10 to 15 appointments. That's going to be like 1 or 2 clients then, at least.
I'm hoping so, man. It's just all about. I mean, like
Yeah.
I'm very confident when I get in there with the meeting. Like I have no problem because
Yep.
like through your course and like setting up with Go High Level, it really like teaches a lot more in depth about like what you can do, and by helping your business, like by making it for your business, you can just translate everything that you've learned into the sales call.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I like that goal as well. Just focus on the input. Like don't it can be good as well. Instead of focusing on the amount of sales, you can just focus on like, I'm gonna get 10 to 15 appointments, and then the outcome is going to be what it is. So
Yeah,
like
To
because
be honest, that's kind
Yeah.
of smart. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a bit
Yeah,
of an idiot, actually.
because like
Oh,
well I had like a big problem. Like I was getting people interested, but like just like the couple questions that I've asked, like some people have been like pushing it back or so, and it kind of like gets me into like not a depression or anything like that, but it gets me more focused on trying to sign the client rather than outreaching to as many people as I can, which essentially like that's what's going to get me more results, is just outreaching to more and more people rather than focusing 100% or even like 75% on closing the client. Rather put 75% of that into outreach, and then 25% just follow up with those people that are interested. And so I've trying to still find a happy medium with it, but it's me looking at it like that's a lot better than just wanting to focus on signing one specific person, because it's just like it just wasn't as good for me, and also I didn't feel like I was doing as much. So
That's
Yeah.
a great idea, to be honest. I mean, I had that in mind, but I've been kind of focusing on goals that I don't really control. I can't control if I land 2 clients. Well, I kind of can, but I can kind of rely on the actions that will get me
Yeah.
towards landing those clients.
Focus
And
on the input.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
says this in Atomic Habits as well. I've been reading it over and over, and I've kind of figured out like it's like focus on the systems in place, not necessarily the goals that you don't control. So what's the systems that are going to align you towards those goals? It's outreach, improving your sales skills, overcoming objections, all that stuff that kind of goes towards closing clients and then delivering results for them.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to say. Like instead of like a goal-based promise, what I want to like promise is that I'm gonna do 500 personalized pieces of outreaches this week. That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
that's awesome.
change. I'm gonna change my promise actually.
yeah,
So-
so mine is like 500 personalized pieces of outreach, whether it's email or Instagram DM, but they have to be personalized, and they have to be at least 500, or else for the rest of the month I'm gonna eat boiled chicken breast for the rest of the year, basically.
Okay.
yeah, that's
Breakfast. Yeah,
Boiled chicken.
only
breast.
boiled chicken breast. Yeah, for the rest of the
What,
year.
3
I'm gonna
meals
do
a
that.
day?
No. Only for breakfast or maybe lunch.
I was gonna
For
say,
a single
Okay.
meal a day.
Yeah, I was thinking, wait, that's not healthy. I
gonna
don't
turn
think.
into a
No,
boiled
no.
chicken breast.
Now for like for maybe like just breakfast or just lunch. Yeah.
That's good.
I had the most. I mean, my diet's been good, but could have definitely been better. And today I've kind of set out, like as I said, I've kind of set out the entire plan, and I had the most. Like I've cut out not all sugar, but like I've started having oats, no sugar, no ketchup, mayo, any of that, and everything is like. You kind of realize you're not a big eater. It's just you're chasing foods that just drive your dopamine system into like a frenzy, if you know what I'm saying. So you kind of just continue eating it because you want the craving, like you crave it, and then the reward is continuing to eat it. But then when you eat foods that don't trigger all that dopamine and that satisfaction, then you're not really kind of a big eater, if you know what I'm saying. You get full. So
Yeah.
like I had like a quarter of the food that I eat normally, just because it was food that I don't enjoy pretty much. It's weird.
Yeah, so that was basically my promise. And I also wanted to ask you, Cam, like for calling like clients, do you like import like a certain number of leads from Google or somewhere and put it into Notion, or type it like personally just like after every call?
Yeah, I type it personally, so I don't put every lead in there. I mean, the list would be too long. I couldn't deal with that. But I have like a prospecting list on Google Sheets. And then, say, for example, I call them or I message them, do you have room for another 15 clients? If they say yes, then there'll be a qualified lead they'll be put in there. And then, I'll kind of follow up with them from there.
Okay, so you don't put in all of the people who you call, right?
No. Apologies if I might have worded that wrong a minute ago. I don't put every single lead in there. I'll put qualified leads in there. That's like the initial. And then from there, it's, call booked, didn't turn up, basically after the qualifying stage.
All right, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was it.
Cam.
Thanks, Max. And that was my promise.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Cam, I'm kind of curious, man. I mean, how much outreach do you do in a day? Because I do 50 now, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. Kind of.
Well, it depends. I mean, like if I've got like, if I've got like 6 calls in a day, I don't really get much out. I mean, I try to cram as much as possible. Like Thursday, I had 6 sales calls, and I was trying to cram in outreach in between. And I think I got like 60 cold calls in, 70 Instagram messages. I didn't do any Facebook. Yeah, I think that was it for that day. But if I've got like 9 till 5, no calls, fucking, I can do a lot. I can do a lot. I mean, I've only just in the past week or two actually started tracking every single outreach I do. But I'll get back to you on that next week, because I'm going to start tracking it from Monday like fully. But roughly, I think I can get 300 in a day, maybe 400.
Oh, this was before you landed your first client, yeah?
Pardon?
Before you landed your first client.
How many before I landed my first client?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, if we're taking copywriting into account as well, thousands. Yeah, it was a lot. It took me a long time. It was like, I think it was like 2,000 emails, and then all the other shit. But with SMMA, it was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of just, once I created a good offer, it's kind of pretty. It's more straightforward because it's kind of, they're kind of inclined to it. But yeah.
Cool.
And you were
All
talking
right.
about oh, sorry, Max. What were you gonna say?
No, you go.
I was just gonna ask Cam, how do you go about acquiring leads and finding them?
Do you know what Phantom Buster is? I don't mean to plug this. This isn't a plug, but my first video goes through Phantom Buster.
Yeah,
You
plug
basically,
more, man. You should.
no, because obviously it's your channel. I don't want to do that. But
No,
you
no.
know.
Of course, feel free to plug as much as you guys want to. I have nothing against that. So
I
of course,
appreciate that. But basically, the Phantom Buster, you can generate emails every day or so on Temp Mailer, keep creating new accounts, and you can basically scrape leads off Google Maps. And there's loads of videos on Phantom Buster if you just type it in on
damn.
YouTube, or you go to my YouTube. But yeah.
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
stuff.
No worries, man.
All right. So I will 10 to 15 appointments. We have Cam, 2 clients, and we have, or want to change that?
Yeah, I'm going to change that because, as you said, I should focus on the action. So I'm going to say 200. How do I put this? 200 outreach minimum. 200 people outreach minimum. How does every day?
Every day.
Apologies, right? I'm just going to say 2 clients, and I'm going to focus on.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
just simplifies the
Good.
process for you, because you'll be writing all day.
2 clients, and Horace is 500 outreach messages. And my promise is going to be that I'm going to stick to my morning and night routine a lot better, because my night routine has been all over the place. I've been working too late, and it has kind of affected my sleep. So that's going to be my promise. Morning and night routine every single day. Geo is on me like crazy as well. So that's going to be my promise for the next week. Yeah, cool. Good stuff.
Can I also make a promise?
Let's do it.
because
I'm
think
writing
it's-
this down as well, so it's getting real, right? I'm gonna check you guys next week. So
Okay. Yeah, so
Shit on
my
the line.
problem is with appointment setting. I only got like 2 appointments and have 1 client. So my goal is like to have 10 to 15 appointments.
for the next week,
Yeah, for the next week.
that's good. All right. All right, setting the goals high. I hope you guys make it, or you're gonna eat chicken all week or whatever. Or take a cold shower. That sucks as well.
Wait, did I say? I can't remember what I said the punishment was. I'm gonna, if I don't land the 2 clients, I said I'll run a 10K, but I'm already running a 10K. I'll run 5K barefoot.
Oh jeez. All right.
Oh, wait, on the pavement or on the grass?
On the pavement.
Shoot.
It's icy out here as well. It's icy. I'm fucking landing these clients if it's the
My
last
man
thing
is gonna get frostbite. What the heck?
He's either
Hey.
gonna land the clients or lose his toes.
Hey, well, at least if I lose my toes, I'll be stuck to my desk, so it might work out well.
Anybody else that want to be in on the challenge or want to?
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, me. So I've been doing 50 outreach every day on Instagram. So I want to double that. So I'll do a total of 100 every day for Monday to Saturday. So that'll be a total of 600 next week.
100 outreach every day. Yeah.
Yeah, personalized outreach. Yeah.
Hey, man, if you're doing Instagram a lot, I would recommend making more than 1 account. Definitely. Because obviously there's a specific limit as to how many you can send on one account. I've got 2 accounts at the minute. I'm gonna probably get 3 or 4, because then you can do, like 100, 150 Instagram alone, because Instagram is great. And it seems like you've kind of got it nailed down as well.
Then how do you because I mean my personal Instagram I use it for outreach because I've been into fitness, so I kind of have like a lot of videos and tutorials on fitness. Yeah. So how do I make another Instagram and start posting pictures again and videos?
Hey, personally, I wouldn't think about it too much because it's not necessarily that important. I'd literally set it up, put a profile picture, tag your main account in the bio, and then, post like 2-3 pictures or videos, and then just go for it. And potentially, shout it out on your main thing and get some more messages, get some more followers.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right.
Max, you
Thanks,
can lump
man.
me in for the 10 appointments. I'm trying to get 10 appointments for next week. You can lump me in on that one.
Awesome. Cool.
I'm gonna hold myself to it because it's like what's one thing to get a response, but it's another thing to book a call. So
Yeah. And that's good. I like this. Get some. So it's basically Lewis then, right? The only one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Lewis, do you have anything? It doesn't have to be a
You're
super
calling
big
me
thing.
out. You're putting me on the spot.
It
Gotta
doesn't
do
have to
it,
be a
man.
big thing.
All right. Oh gosh, dude, because you guys are doing outreach. I'm still looking for a media buyer. I have an interview booked, the third interview with the media buyer,
Yep.
next week. So all right, let me see.
I know
Try
it
and
could. Sorry.
try and get try and find at least, if I can't hire and settle on one guy, at least find 3 people that are strong candidates
Okay,
next
good.
week.
That's good. All right.
How are you looking for a media buyer? Where do you search for one?
I'm currently, so I dabbled in Upwork and a little bit of LinkedIn, but I'm mainly doing it through Facebook groups, which I've found some success in. I've interviewed a couple, so yeah, it's working out for now. Why do you? I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, I'm all ears.
Yeah, I think you should do more of Upwork because what I did was that I put out the offer and then I reached out to potential media buyers. I didn't wait for them to apply. I had to reach out to them with a personalized message, like I'm reaching out to my clients or prospect. It worked very well. They responded, yeah. Because these media buyers, they get like a ton of like messages from new agency owners as well. So you have to like personalize it and make it look nice.
And but one thing I was wondering, because I looked into Upwork's terms of service, and it's actually against the user agreement to try and hire them off of Upwork. So do you just do it inside of Upwork, and how does that work with like the payments?
Okay, so basically this is for educational purpose only, right? So what I do is that I kind of like I reached out to them, yeah, if they're interested. After the Zoom call, I kind of like give them like my direct contact where they can reach me. And so for my media buyer, I'm not paying through Upwork. We're doing like a 30% split. So if I sign a client, I pay him 30% of what the client pays. So I'm sure it's going to go to his account, PayPal, or whatever. I mean, 20% is too much, man. Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
All right,
also,
good stuff. Thank you.
I think the Media Buyer Lite is about to launch now very soon as well. MediaBuyer.com, the light version. I got an email from them, like a blast email, like last week, I think, where it said it's getting close. So I would keep an eye out.
Yeah, I'm checking up on it every week.
Yeah. All right, guys. But should we end on that note? We have.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, thank you guys. Awesome to have you here. And let's crush it next week. So next call again on Friday. We will. I'll make sure to write down all of the promises here, and then on the next call we will also announce the winner of the $1,000. So that will be interesting. And yeah. All right. Nice to see you guys.
Yep.
See you later. Take care, boys.
Take care.
See you soon.
Bye bye.
Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
guys. All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.